Hello everyone, hello. How's everyone doing today? Yo, who else is excited for the North America Challenger Cup? The first time ever, guys. First time ever that Muton actually doing something for Mobile Legends in North America. Yo, in the chat right now, I want you guys to type out, who do you guys want to win? Because I need to know.
Man, I am expecting a lot of Gosus and BTKs in there. I already know. I see some brand, even though
some brand
included in the tournament, but all right.
My bad, Paulo. Let me do a short introduction. Ex-Gosu member, you guys know, a lot of you guys know him, and he's the head coach of right now of Sunspark, Paulo Expert.
Hello, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing? How's everything in Indo?
Indo? I'm in the Philippines.
Oh, you're in the Philippines now? I don't know. You're always moving. My bad.
I'm good. I haven't slept yet, but I'm so excited for this. I didn't get some sleep, so.
But that's good though. That's good. I like to hear that. So today we're going to talk about the matches because we're running a little bit late, guys. Some difficulties along the way, but you know what? Everything's working now. My stream's working, and got everything figured out. So we'll get right to it pretty soon. So first, we're going to talk about the teams. Let me show you guys the bracket real quick and show you guys how the bracket's going to be run. So this is the bracket. This is just the first day. All 8 matches will be played today. The first day, guys, it's going to be the best of 1. It wasn't my decision, just a heads up, but the first day is just the best of 1. And then tomorrow will be best of 3. The day after that will be the semifinals and also be the best of 3. And then for bronze, it will be also best of 3. And then finals on the April 16th, it will be best of L5. And then I heard that they might do a little friendly match with an Indo team on the 17th, but I'm not sure how that's going to work out. But hopefully they message me and hopefully we can work something out there.
No, man, that's going to be a game to look forward to, even though there might be some latency issues from what I expect. But it'll still be fun to watch. You'll see some like celebrity streamers maybe. I don't know who's going to be playing for the Indo team, but that's going to be exciting for sure.
So here again, we have our matches, all 8 matches here today. We have your favorite AE who's versing Lethal Esports today, Slayer Toxic versus Simpsons, BTK versus Quarters, Black Bulls versus GameX.
Wow, there's definitely some teams that look familiar to me, and there's also some teams that I've never heard of, so I'm definitely looking forward to those teams as well.
Oops, not supposed to do that. So, first game we're going to talk about. So, Ether Esports versus Lethal AE versus Lethal Esports. My apologies. So, most of you guys already know that Rouse is the leader of AE. Put together a team. I expect him to like carry this team, and you know, this is 10 bans, so you could expect the other team. Like, if they did their study, you could expect them to ban his Hayabusa, because everyone knows that he's the best Hayabusa in North America. But what do you think about this match, Paulo?
Well, as you said, Riles is probably one of the best Hayabusas, if not the best Hayabusa in North America. And for Lethal Esports, I've never heard of them. But then again, it's a best of 1, right? There's really nobody. There's no strong team on a best of 1. So they gotta play carefully as well in the draft and in game as well if they want to win this.
Exactly. This could be anyone's game. It could be tricky because, you know, banning situation, first pick ban is usually the worst. I like to be second pick, to be honest. That's my own opinion, but hopefully they did a study and got everything figured out.
How does that work, by the way? Is it a coin toss for first pick or second pick?
So yeah, it was just a coin toss that was not done by me. They would have it figured out who's first and who's second. So as soon as we talk about all the teams, we'll be along our way to start the matches.
I see. All right.
So second match of the day that would start at 6:30, guys, will be Slayer Toxic versus the Simpsons. To be honest, I'm not sure. I don't know much about the Slayer Toxic. They're a Mexican team. I haven't been up against, to be honest, any Mexican team that I know of. But I expect the Simpsons to take this one. I know a lot of their players like Bless and Chris, and I expect them to take over this match. What do you think?
I see. So I haven't heard of Slayer's Toxic as well before, but I have heard of the Simpsons, which is Chris and Damien, I believe.
Yes.
And they sometimes message me on Discord and ask for tips and tricks, but I've been too busy lately, so I can't really give them anything at this point because I'm too busy with my own team. So, but I do expect them to win this one as well. They're a very good team, so I have a lot of expectations on them.
Yes, I do agree. I expect the Simpsons to take this win, and they're a really good team. They're really organized. They've been playing with each other for a long time, so they'll be well prepared for this match.
Yep. Again, though, it is a best of one, so it could be anybody's game.
Next, we have quarters against Bloodthirsty Kings. This is going to be a really good match. They're both E squads. Quarters, they just put together a team for this tournament. They're really good players overall, but as a team, I don't know if they have that synergy. I think BTK has one of the best synergy in this coming into this tournament. They have been practicing together lately, and they've been practicing only together as a 5. So I expect BTK to come together this match and play really well right off the bat.
I see. So is it correct that BTK actually went back together because they disbanded for like a little bit, and then I think they're back to their old lineup? Is that correct?
Yes. So they did disband and then split ways for a little bit, but then they got some things figured out and they got back together. You'll be expecting their starting 5 lineup will be Cardi, Shark, Chicken, and Zane and Hugh, and you expect them to dominate like right off the bat. That's what I expect to see from BTK.
Definitely, that team already has like some form of chemistry or synergy, so that's gonna be a really scary team. But for Quitters, let me just mention they do have a player from the Philippines who was in Doggy's team, all right, which is Ognimod. So I'm looking forward to watching him play in NA server. So
okay, I did not know that, but that's interesting to know as well.
Yep.
Next, we have Black Bulls versus GameX. Again, GameX is not a team that I know much about. They're another Mexican team that I don't know. I haven't seen played yet. So I don't know how this is going to go. I think I'm just going to flip a coin for this one and just hope for the best. But I think I'm going to go for Black Bulls for this match. What do you think, Paulo?
Well, I have heard of Black Bulls, and I have never heard of GameX, so I can't really say anything.
No?
But yeah. There were some top global heroes that the players from Black Bulls actually acquired, which I remember they have like a Kimmy one trick. I'm not sure if he's still a Kimmy one trick, but hopefully he's not. But I think Black Bulls might take this one because I don't know who GameX is. Right?
Okay, sounds good. Next is everyone's favorite Team Gosu versus another Mexican team, Los Mariachis. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Again, another Mexican team that I never heard of or never seen played before, so I don't want to judge them right off the bat. But, Gosu General put a new team together with adding new members, like ex-member like Melody, and adding Eugene and Stoner and Kazu, right? So he has a new team, so I expect them to play really well the first match and in this tournament because they have been playing a lot of 5-man togethers, and they could be scary this tournament. They could be really scary. Tell me what you think, Paulo.
Yeah, I have been seeing General stream, and he's been playing a lot of 5-man lately with the new members of Gosu. Obviously, we don't have Hoon anymore, and Best Player 1, the old members. But I'm really looking forward to these young players that have less experience. But let's see. Usually, like the younger ones, usually have better mechanics, better instincts. At least that's the case for MPL, but. Los Mariachis, though, I've never heard of them, so I can't really say much about them. But I do expect Gosu to take this one.
Okay, perfect. Next, we have Lunastra versus S2 Esports. I heard a lot about S2 Esports. A lot in my DMs, people will message me saying that they're a scary team, and I do agree. They have lately, before they weren't that good, like their players, but then lately they've been picking things up and they've been coming one of the scariest team to play up against. This will be a really good match against Luna, and to be honest, I think S2 Esports might take this win, but it might be tough because they added 2 new players, which is Fo and Apple, and I don't know if they have that synergy with the other 3 members that are already in that squad, but we'll see how things go because they're really good players and they're going to play really smart.
All right. For me, I've I've never heard about these teams, both these teams at all, so I can't say much. It's probably gonna be a coin toss for me, but I do look forward to watching them, seeing them play. So.
Paulo, did you notice anything about this one? About this team? And what time they're playing at?
9 o'clock is playing at 9 o'clock. Wow.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if that's a coincidence.
Cliche. Yes, sir. Do you guys see and hear that right? 9 o'clock is playing at 9 o'clock versus Limit. So 9 o'clock is the West squad in NA. They're a really good squad. Some of you may know him. Their hyper will be Soda, and it will be his squad versus Limit. So Limit was an ex-Gosu member who's the leader. Name is Crit. You guys might know him as Gosu Crit. This might be also a really good match. I'm looking forward to watch this match. But honestly, I think 9 o'clock, they've been practicing a lot. I see them on a lot. I think they're going to take this win.
Honestly, before you told me the members or whoever the leader was, I didn't know both these teams. But I know who Soda is. I have played against him in NA server. He's a very good player. Same with Crit. He has been playing for a long time. So I don't know who his teammates will be, but definitely want to see some some team play from both these teams.
And then last match of the day, guys, would be TSU versus Rockstars. We've seen Rockstars dominate in Dave's tournament. They won first place, and they also went into the finals in P2 in my previous tournament against BTK. And you know what? I expect them to actually go far in this tournament. You know, they added best player who's going to play hyper in their lineup, and I think he's really mechanically good, and I expect him to take his team really far. So I'm taking Rockstars for this one.
Yeah, before when I watched Dave's tournament and I watched, of course I casted P2. Man, Rockstars was a big surprise for me. They played really well. All right, I didn't expect them to go that far, and they added some more firepower with best player. So I expect them to be better this time around actually. So as for TSU, I've never heard of them, so I'm sorry for that.
So they're another team. They're from Mexico. Apparently, from what I'm hearing, they put up a good fight. Like, they won't give up. They'll play it until the end. Recently, like 2 days ago, they did beat BTK 5-man, and they also beat a good team as well. I forgot which team, but they'll put up a good fight. But I think Rockstars is just going to dominate right off the bat and take this win. So now, guys, we're just going to take a 5-minute break. I'm just going to set up the stream, invite everyone into the lobby, and then we'll get everything started. So be right back. All right, here we go, everyone. AE has first ban, so let's see who they ban.
Actually banned Mathilda, who's a common ban right now. That's no surprise right there. And a Jawhead ban for Lethal Esports. So Pika, which bans do you expect to come out right now?
There's a lot of good bans, a lot of good sides lately, even with the nerf. Uranus has been picked a lot and been bowling in his lane. I could even see a Selena ban because they on Lethal Esports they do have a good Selena player.
I see. Do people? I don't know if you guys prioritize Paquito in here, but Paquito is a very scary pick. There's a Diggy ban. Wow. So, well, Diggy is a very unorthodox. It really depends on how you execute Diggy. But what do you think about the Diggy ban, Pika? Do you think it's reasonable to ban Diggy here right away?
So Diggy in West server they do play a lot of Diggy. I think AE did their study and probably played a couple games in West and noticed that they play a lot of Diggy. So I don't think that ban is worth right now. There's a lot of good heroes up, but I don't know what they have planned. Maybe they're just leaving them open and try to get those heroes themselves and try to get back one or two.
I see. So there's still Paquito open and Benedetta to look out for. There's also Selena pick that you were talking about earlier. Who else? I believe at least in C server, Roger has been prioritized a little bit, and Eve as well has been really scary.
Yes, she has been really annoying for marksman. She could zone out really well with her ult, and she does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
She hurts.
Definitely. If you have like a solid crowd control like Sylvana who can get people stuck in a circle, and then you have Eve, that combo is very, very scary. But we see a Selena ban here, and again, there's still many heroes open, guys. And this might be new for some of these teams because they're usually familiar with 3 bans. But here in this tournament, they're gonna be banning five heroes. So
Yes, and I haven't not much teams scrim in North America, which is I never seen of. Even with P2, not a lot of teams I had scrim. So which is kind of weird, but I think they did a lot of their studies. They watch a lot of MPL. I expect both teams to dominate right off the bat.
I see. So there goes the Esme first pick. Paquito got banned and Cho got banned, and the Alice and Uranus right away. So 2 offlaners right away for Lethal Esports. So actually, Aether Explicit here, they have a chance to counter this if they want to. I think Wanwan would be a good pick here, or even like a Claude side lane might be good here. What do you think, Pika?
What do you think about Popo and Koopa's side against Uranus?
Actually, I don't see that often. It could melt the Uranus since Popol and Koopa has a lot of crowd control as well with the wolf stun and the traps. But I think Popol and Koopa is better suited as a tank for me at least.
Okay.
That's just my own opinion.
So you could be seeing a lot of Popo and Koopa side lane here in NA. They do pick that a lot, and it could be really, really annoying to many teams because of the traps, which gives you vision, and then also the stuns that it gives.
Wow, a Farsa and a Rafaela. So I'm expecting this Farsa to go to gold lane, I guess, and then I do expect a Bruno pick here. So I think it might be wise for Lethal Esports to ban Bruno here, because Rafaela Bruno, if you've been watching the MPL, oh man, that combo really hurts.
And here we go. They already picked our Hyper. What do you think about Claude Hyper?
Claude Hyper is actually very good as long as they don't have Chu on the other side, which they did ban. But the problem with Claude Hyper is people know that he doesn't have Purify with Claude Hyper carry. So if you have like a tank, like let's say Hilda, or let's say even Popol, to be honest, that could really distract your early game. It's gonna be really hard for Claude to farm the jungle, right? So that's the problem with Claude jungle. That's why more people prefer side lane Claude than jungler Claude.
Yes, I do agree. Here in the where competition, Claude is really hard to farm early, and that's his only issue. But if they bring this to late game, I do expect Claude will be unstoppable and be winning this. Will be carrying his team to win this match.
Definitely, Lethal Esports is looking like a really late game oriented team draft right now. They banned Kari, not really sure why. All right, but Benedetta is definitely a reasonable ban. Lunox gets banned as well. I mean, that's all right. I think Lunox does counter whatever Aether has right now. So what do you think this last ban is gonna be?
This last ban, in my opinion, could be a tank. And there we go. We have Popo and Koopa.
Popol and Koopa.
Wow.
So if they pick Popol and Koopa, it was gonna be a tank, right? Because they have side lane Uranus and a side lane Alice, so it was gonna be a Popol and Koopa tank.
Yes, I do agree.
What else could Lethal pick here? To be honest, they still need a support and they need a tank. I mean, Sylvana is still open. There's not a lot of tanks that are open right now. Usually the tanks that are being used are usually fighters anyways, and there's not much solid tanks that are being played. And sometimes people even do like 2 supports. They don't even play solid. They don't even pick solid tanks.
Even yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen a Natalia ban or even a Natalia pick. She's really strong. She's really annoying. I'm surprised no one picked Natalia yet. And usually a team would pick Natalia in a support rather than a tank.
Natalia would be really good here for Aether Explicit, but if they do pick Nat, they're gonna be too squishy. So I mean, they can still pick Nat and like play Rafaela tanky, I guess, and then Farcell gold lane, and to distract the Claude. But you know, I think they're hovering this Lapu here, which is okay as well, to be honest.
Yeah, Lapu's still a good pick, even with the nerf. I still think that he's a really good hero to play.
I just don't think Lapu is the best pick here in the current situation because they have so much sustain on the other side, Uranus and Alice. Like even if Lapu, you know, goes in with his ulti, I don't think he's gonna be able to burst unless it's early game at the turtle. Like level 4 turtle, maybe he could help, but other than that, once he gets to mid game, late game, it's gonna be way too hard to chase down a Uranus. And they also have a Hylos, the super sustain on that team. Jeez.
I expect Lethal Esports to play aggressive right off the bat, or maybe even Hylos to help Claude farm in the early game, so he could dominate in the mid and late game as soon as he gets a Demon Hunter sword.
All right. For the draft, honestly, if Claude doesn't get distracted with his farm, I honestly think Lethal Esports won the draft. Let me be honest with you. Even though you know the fan favorites might be Aether Explicit here, since they are a more known team, they do have Riles on their team. The draft for me really went to Lethal. What do you think, Pika? Who do you think won the draft on this one?
I might have to go with AE on this one and see them play. They need to play aggressive, and that's what I hope to see from them. Because if they play aggressive and they put pressure on Claude, then I think they could take the win on this game.
I see, but here we go.
Hold on.
Okay. Oh, there's a there's a. Okay, we're good. We're back at it.
My apologies.
Again. No, all good. We're in game number 1. This is the best out of 1, and the first game of the day will be Aether Explicit versus Lethal Esports. So far, Lethal Esports, they're actually helping this Claude farm freely right here. So this is actually really good, but Rafaela is looking to distract this Claude, but I don't think Rafaela is going to do anything here, especially with the Hylos, you know, protecting Claude's farm here. So this is really good for Lethal Esports so far, and I'm surprised right now nobody's really taking Lethal until now, and it looks like the Hylos and the Claude doing the you know, the double jungling farming strategy right there on the red buff. And let's see, nothing much happening here. So far Uranus is, I don't know what he's doing. He's going to the Litho side and going at mid lane to kind of just give vision, I guess, but Lapu is freely farming at the top side of the map, and he's gonna clear a lot faster. And Esmeralda, for some reason, he's here at mid lane trying to help right away. Nobody took the Litho still, by the way, and Kagura gets stuck in the turtle spawn, and he dies. She dies right away. So that is not a good start for Lethal Esports. So the first blood going into Aether Explicit, and here we go. Claude is farming comfortably right now, no problems at all. And I expect this lane for Uranus and Lapu Lapu. This is gonna be a stalemate. There's no way for Lapu Lapu to kill the Uranus unless Uranus is just super greedy. All right, if you play Uranus correctly, this should be really easy. But so far, Lethal Esports really trying to funnel everything, all the resources into this Claude. All right, they're throwing everything into this Claude, but they gotta remember they also have an Alice on the you know, on the gold lane, so that's also a late game hero. that they could they could expect to carry in the later stages of the game. But right away, as soon as the turtle spawns, Aether, they're ready for it. So let's see what Lethal Esports will do here. Will they contest this turtle? And nice zone from Farsa, but I don't think it's enough. The turtle's super low. Who's gonna retribution the turtle? The turtle's gonna go to Aether Explicit right here, and Lapu Lapu does very good in zoning. Rafaela gets that kill on Kagura, and look at this Lapu Lapu team fight. Potential right there. Yushin also gets a kill right there. So Aether really showing their aggressiveness in the early stages of the game. They do have the early game draft. I mean, their early game is better than Lethal Esports, so it's reasonable that the Lethal Esports is actually losing in terms of objectives right now. I think the win condition here for Lethal Esports is to get this Claude farmed up and get some items. Same with the Alice. Get those heroes some items before you go into team fights, because if you go into team fights right now with with the current draft that you have, it's not gonna be a good day for you. So far, Aether Explicit, both teams, their blue buffs are up and the red buffs are up. So Claude already got the blue buff, so he's jungling a lot more efficiently since he does have an escort on his side. He always has the Kagura and the Hylos on his side. So if I'm the Claude right now, I'm getting babysitted. So there should be no excuses for this Claude not to do well. And right there, Lapu Lapu actually got a kill on the top side of the map. But then again, it was a 1v3 because Farsa and Rafaela were there as well. So this is gonna be Golden Shield being taken down by Aether Explicit right here and getting a lot of gold for three of the members of Aether Explicit. But right here though, Lethal Esports, they want some form of trade, even though it's something little. It's a red buff for a tower, which is obviously not worth it, but they need anything that they could get right now. So I'm taking the red buff and getting taking what they can. But Aether Explicit right now really working as more of as a team than Lethal Esports. From what I'm noticing, Lethal Esports, they're more of like protect the core strategy. They're just sticking next to the Claude, but there's not really any objective going on with Lethal Esports. They're just trying to get this Claude farmed up. But for Aether Explicit, they're moving as a team to get these objectives one by one, which is something that you want to see, in professional play. The turtle's gonna be up, but I think Aether Explicit, they want to prioritize the towers over the turtle. So this might go to Lethal Esports. Actually, nice ulti from Hylos to try and zone out the Rafaela. Rafaela will have to flicker away. Lethal Esports, they did get the turtle for a tower trade. I still think the tower will be, will be better than a turtle. It gives more gold globally, and it gives you more map pressure. Yushin uses his, his ulti right there for some vision. Uranus is still freely farming a top lane against Lapu Lapu, so nothing special going on right now. Hylos doing his best to defend this mid lane to clear the wave, and he did manage to clear the wave. Esmeralda's actually giving some vision here on the bottom right side of the map for to just distract Claude, to know where Claude is, because once they see one member of the three people at mid, like for example Kagura, Hylos, or Claude, they know where those three people are at right away, because those three are sticking together. So it should be common sense for Aether right now that wherever those three are, or if they see one member out of those three in the minimap, that's where Lethal Esports will be. Alright, so here we go, Claude going in with the Blazing Duet right away. I'm not sure if he even had stacks on his Blazing Duet when he ulted in, but alright. He did manage to make Lapu Lapu recall, so that's alright, I guess. But no objective still from Lethal Esports, and actually Aether Explicit denying this blue buff from Claude. It is very important for Claude to get a blue buff, by the way, because if you don't have the blue buff, you're gonna be spamming your first skill, and you're not gonna be able to stack, because you're gonna be running out of mana unless you clear out these jungle minions and you get some sustain from that. Alright, here goes the Farsa ulti. Hylos was forced to ulti out and survive. Esmeralda also falling Star Moon right there, but they were not able to secure any kills there for Aether Explicit. And right again, like I said, Aether Explicit moving more of a team and more focused on objectives, really. Man, if I'm Lethal Esports right now, I would be worried right now. This is not looking good. All the objectives, they've been trading all the objectives cleanly right here for Aether Explicit. And another turtle coming in for the Yushin. And again, right away, they're already moving towards the bot side of the map to bully this Alice. This Alice still doesn't have much items. Item check right there. We do have the Alice. Oh, I didn't really see that. It was way too fast. But all right, there you go. We do have the Alice with a Clock of Destiny right away. So she doesn't have Lightning Truncheon yet, but she's gonna go for an Enchanted Talisman soon, so she doesn't run out of mana. But when you go for Enchanted Talisman after Clock of Destiny, you're not gonna get a lot of damage. You're gonna get a lot of sustain on your mana, but you're not gonna get a lot of damage output from Alice. Alright, so we're good with the item check, and they get another pickup on the top lane. Uranus actually gets bursted by Farsa right there. And again, they're just taking towers one by one as a team for Aether. Explicit, another blue buff denied from Claude, and this Hylos is very squishy for a sustain hero. Jeez. Aether, Explicit really showing superiority here in this game number 1, and another kill from Farsa. The burst, they're just snowballing all the way through. Kagura cannot do anything. The best thing that Lethal Esports could do here is play safe and clear the minion waves and try to get to late game, because right now all the objectives are being taken away. It's only what is that? Can't really see. Is it 6 minutes into the game or 7 minutes into the game? But yeah, all these second tier towers are already down. This game is going really, really fast. But I did kind of expect that because, well, Lethal Esports, their draft is based off late game, but they didn't get their win condition, and Aether Explicit took advantage of that. Right, really, really took advantage of that with the teamwork that they had. They just took the objectives one by one, and even though Claude was freely farming, the objectives really mattered. All right, if you're a team that don't do objectives, you're just bound to lose in the long run. All right, the only way Lethal Esports that I could see coming back from this is if Claude gets farmed up even more, if Aether Explicit somehow loses the Lord on this one. But it's going to be very, very slim. But there's still a slim chance right here. Let's see if they could pull it off. If I'm Lethal Esports, I would give this Lord, alright? It's a level 1 Lord, so it's okay to give it to Aether Explicit. They should be able to clear this level 1 Lord. It shouldn't hit the tower if Hylos tanks it. But look at Lethal Esports. They're really trying to group up to secure this blue buff. And Claude did secure the blue buff here. So that's going to be a little help right there. But they have Lapu Lapu ulting out. Okay, they want to play it patiently here for Aether Explicit. They want to wait for the Lord and make sure to freeze the lane so that the Lord and the minion wave goes in all at the same time. So it's going to be harder for Lethal Esports to actually push in. There you go. It's a lot clearer for me now. It was really blurry earlier, but for some reason it just went really clear. All right, 7-0 is the score line, and Lethal Esports still don't have a kill, and all the objectives. Look at Aether Explicit's tower. They have not been touched at all this game. Jeez. They really want a love set here. They don't want to give any kills at all. And the tower is being taken down. Nice zoning ulti from Farsa. Hylos tried to ulti in to sustain that damage, but it is just not enough. It's just way too hard for Lethal Esports to do anything here. And Aether Explicit, they want to finish this game as fast as possible, because if they get to late game, they might be giving a chance to Lethal Esports to come back from this. There you go. Finally, Claude going in with the Blazing Duet. Does he have enough damage? And there we go. They're actually doing a lot better now. But Alice gets bursted by Farsa again. Farsa is 1 HP. Oh, actually, Rafaela is 1 HP. It was actually Alice that was 1 HP. But Winter Truncheon is going to be wasted there, and he's still going to die. It's a 3-for-3 trade, but all the inhibitor towers are going to be going down, and the Nexus still lives for Lethal Esports. Actually, one inhibitor tower is still alive. But look at the Farsa damage and the Esmeralda damage is just way too much. They need they need a necklace of Durans to counter the Esme. They need so much items to win this game, man. Lethal Aether Explicit, they want to push this bot lane tower. Are they gonna get it? It's too tanky, and Esmeralda gets killed by the tower. A little bit too greedy there, but Claude dies anyways, and I think Uranus wants his kill on the Farsa, and he might be able to get it. But Farsa, though, we gotta remember, Farsa's really, really fed. Uranus might be a little too greedy here. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of this, but he ends up getting the kill, and he is gonna live. Eason Shin is not gonna get there on time with the Rafaela. So again, now Lethal Esports, they're gonna get some breathing room. The Farsa is dead, and also the Esmeralda is dead still, so they're gonna get some breathing room to open up the map. But then again, they only have one tower left, so if they get caught out like too overextended, they have nowhere to run except to the Nexus. There's no towers that's gonna be defending them, so this is gonna be really hard for Lethal Esports to come back. But hopefully We see a really good blazing duet from Claude and a really good, game-changing stun from Alice. Some sort of like miracle play. They really need something right now. I thought it was gonna be a love set, but Lethal Esports managed to get a couple kills here at least. So that's pretty good. The Lord will spawn soon. Yisun Shin getting some vision with his ulti right there. And Aether Explicit, they're really showing discipline right now. Even though they're so ahead, they're still playing it safe. They're still playing super safe for a team that snowballed the whole game. All right, their towers are not even touched at all. So Farsa's gonna poke a little bit right there. I haven't seen Farsa a lot this time because Eve has gone out. I'm surprised nobody picked Eve, but we see Farsa is still definitely a viable pick, and it's still her ulti definitely still hurts. Look at the scoreline of Farsa. Is that 6-1 and something? I can't really see the last number. But right here, Aether Explicit, they're just waiting for the next Lord so that they can finish the game. And I think Lethal Esports, they need to make something happen right now, because if they just wait, the map pressure is always going to go to Aether Explicit, and they're never going to come back. I think they need to make something happen and get a pick off. Lapu Lapu who's going to ulti right there, so they just need to keep track of cooldowns and make a move. The Lord has spawned, so I think it's going to be, I think Lethal Esports really need to contest this if they want to win, because if they give this, most likely Aether Explicit will just end the game and hit the Nexus. But right away, Lord has been slain by Aether Explicit without any problems at all. The blue buff will get taken by the Claude, and he's doing a lot of damage right there on Claude. Hylos will ulti, but it's a little bit delayed right there. And Hylos actually gets to kill on Lapu. That might not be good for Aether Explicit. So it's going to be 4 people right here pushing in with the Lord. It is a 14-second death timer for Lapu Lapu here. We see Claude's damage increasing here and there, because it is getting to late game. It's 14 minutes into the game. Item check right there, and Claude is almost full build. He has Demon Hunter Sword, he has Golden Staff, and of course his jungle item, Raptor Machete. And I think he might be building either Athena's or maybe Immortality here. It's most likely Immortality, because it does have armor. But the Lord is going to be pushing in here. It is a level 2 Lord, so it's going to be a little bit tankier. It is not going to rush in and charge, because there's no more inhibitor towers. But let's see how Aether Explicit will take advantage of this Lord. Again, there's only 4 members, because Lapu Lapu is going to be late. And look at that damage. Oh my god, Alice almost got bursted, but he lives another day. He flickers out, and this Lord is actually going to get cleared. And Lethal Esports might live here if they manage to clear this minion wave. They have a lot of wave clear because of this Alice, who used Winter Truncheon in the middle of the Lord, and they live another day. This might not be good for Aether Explicit, because it's going to be a long time till the next Lord spawns. Oh man, this might not be good for Aether Explicit. Let me tell you now. Alright. Oh, he actually built Brute Force Breastplate for Claude. Alright. I thought it was going to be Immortality, but I guess Brute Force Breastplate could also work. I'm surprised that Claude is not building Athena's, because the one that really hurts is Farsa. It's not even Lapu Lapu. Lapu Lapu, I don't even see Lapu Lapu really focusing the Claude too much. It's mostly Farsa doing all the damage. So I think it would have been better for Claude to really build Athena's instead of Brute Force. But hopefully he gets to the Athena shield before the next Lord spawns. So here we go again. We see Aether Explicit playing super safe, even though the gold lead, look at the gold lead, it's not even close. Alright, that just shows you the discipline of this team. They don't want to throw, alright? So they're playing it super safe and disciplined and patient. And they're freezing the lanes, alright? So this is one thing that a lot of amateur teams don't really know what to do. When the Lord is not spawned yet, it's better to freeze the lane so that it actually delays the losing side into getting more farm and getting into the later stages of the game. So, but at the same time, Aether Explicit is still maintaining the vision around the map. So that, Lethal Esports, they don't get any breathing room at all. Uranus did not even, split push or anything here, because all the towers are still up. There's no way for him to push, because they were just so fed. Aether Explicit was just so fed early game to mid game. The red buff is being taken by Claude, but I think this should be an easy retribution for the Claude right there. The blue buff should be up soon as well. And here we go. Uranus is actually chasing the Yisun Shin, and a lot of damage right there from Uranus. But he might be overextended here, and he's being sandwiched here right now. I don't know if he's gonna live. This might not be good for Uranus. That might be a wrong decision, bro. Yeah, definitely the wrong decision to overextend. That is way too overextended right there. All right, so we're back at it again. It is a 4v5 now in favor of Aether Explicit still. Esmeralda's super tanky, but hopefully Lethal Esports, they have Necklace of Durance to counter the SMF. Finally, Alice is definitely into the later stages of the game now, so she's gonna hurt as well. But the Lord will be up in 38 seconds, and I think Uranus will be back by then. And Lapu Lapu almost dying again, but Farsa does so much damage from the Alice, and this is the Alice, stun that I was talking about. But still, Farsa actually lived with 1 HP. Super unlucky. Hylos dies as well, and this is it. This is gonna be the game-changing play. If Claude really needs to clutch right now if they want to win. The BMI was not too far out, but the Farsa ulti is gonna really hurt, and Claude really needs to run away if they want to live this, because he's the only, he's the only one that could wave clear this if they wanna live another wave. So Kagura here though does have the burst now in the later stages of the game as well. So actually Kagura is supposed to be a good pick against Farsa, because whenever Farsa ultis, she's stationary and Kagura could simply ulti and stun her or knock her back. But here we see Esmeralda almost getting bursted right here by the Claude. And again, Uranus might be a little too greedy again, but he is going to get away this time around. The Lord is up, and it is actually a 4v4 right now. Riles is still dead, so the jungler for, he's up now. So I think he should get there in time. Esmeralda already started the Lord in advance. They know that they have the team fight going. The Farsa already ulted. Lethal Esports, they really need to go in. I'm not really sure why they didn't contest at all, because they really needed that Lord to turn around the game. But just giving it away for free just like that is not a good look right there for Lethal Esports. So now they really need to depend on the Claude Blazing Duet and the Alice ulti again to wave clear. All right, if I'm Uranus right now, I would be clearing the wave right away somewhere and just let them chase you and buy time. That's the best thing Uranus could do here, because Uranus right now on team fights will not do much. He just gets bursted, the shield gets eaten by Esmeralda, and all that stuff. So I think it's a lot better if Uranus actually split push. Well, it's too late now, obviously, because the minions are pushing in. So can Lethal Esports survive on this on this third Lord? Hylos already ulting in, and Alice already almost dying there. Alice does have Guardian's Angel, Immortality, sorry, why did I say Guardian's Angel? But here we go, and I think that might be GG. Well played. Aether Explicit will take that first series. Congratulations. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit rusty with casting. I haven't casted in a very long time, Jesus. And my dog is it's knocking on my door. Wow. Well, yeah, GG, well played to Aether Explicit, and thank you for Lethal Esports for joining the tournament. Man, the late game was there, but they just couldn't, they couldn't change the game, the tide of the game, by trying to contest that the last Lord. Wow. Too bad though, but very well played from Aether. What a nice team. Very strong team.
Yeah, they played really well there. I do agree. Right in the early game, they focused on objectives, and that's really what they need to do right off the bat. They did put pressure on Claude and did some invading, and you know what? They played really well. They had a hard time closing at the beginning, but they figured it out and they ended the game. And there you go. They won the first game.
Yeah, I mean, the whole game, every single second, man. Aether Explicit just took every single objective, which was super nice to see. Super proud, objective-minded NA team. Very surprised. Well played. Yeah, there you go. Looking forward
perfect.
to the next match.
So now we're going to take a 5-minute break, and then we'll get the next match started as soon as we can. Stay tuned, guys.
Your team is banning.
Okay, everyone, now we're going to get started with Game 2. We got Slayer Toxic versus the Simpsons.
Oh man, I can't wait for this one because, you know, the Simpsons, they always DM me on Discord for some tips, and I don't know if they're taking those tips into their draft and stuff like that. So we're about to see. So there goes the Paquito ban right there. Do you know if the Simpsons have any like signature heroes or Pika?
I think they play a lot of variety of different heroes. I know Damien likes to play Khalid tank, and even Chris, who likes to play Ling Hyper, but we haven't seen Ling Hyper much, but hopefully we could see it today. So we could even see a Selena pick because Cassandra is a really good support, so we might see a Selena pick from their part if they don't ban Selena.
Let me just try to clarify something. Is Cassandra a girl, a female player right there for the Simpsons?
I believe she is, yes.
Oh wow, alright, so we're gonna see a mixed gender team here for the Simpsons, and there is a Selena ban right there, so I'm guessing that's a respect ban for her, and we have a Matilda ban, so pretty common bans right now, nothing surprising so far. And again, another Diggy ban for the Simpsons, so they really don't want any like feeding Diggy strat. Is that a thing here in NA? I'm not
Yes,
really sure.
I do see teams do that, but also Diggy could be annoying just because if you do get CC or the Hyper, he could just use his ult and they could just get out of that fight, or even engage as well. So they do see Diggy as an annoying hero in NA.
I see. There goes the Jawhead ban as well. There is still Benedetta open. Gosu Child. I'm not really sure if that's a legit Gosu, but I'm guessing it's not. But but yeah, Benedetta is open. I'm guessing they actually ban Uranus instead. So I guess it is more prioritized than Benedetta. But yeah, let's see what Slayer's Toxic will pick here. Again, I'm not very familiar with Slayer's Toxic, so I don't know who their players are. I don't know who their picks are gonna be. But what do you expect here, Pika? What do you think the first pick is gonna be?
So the first pick, there's still a lot of good sides up. There's still Lapu, there's still Benedetta. Even though Brawly got nerfed, the Brawly's still up there. Even Natalia, there's still a lot of good heroes up that they left open. So honestly, they could pick anyone. I'm not too sure about this team. I haven't seen them play. I haven't seen them. I have never heard of them, so I can't really judge them. But I'm expecting them to put up a good fight.
I see. There's also Eve. That's something that teams. Oh, another Esme first pick for Slayer's Toxic right here. So something to counter Esme would be something like a Claude pick maybe, or well, mainly Claude is gonna be the counter for Esme. Who else? If they want to do like a Claude Chew so that their Claude doesn't get countered to deny pick Slayer's Toxic, that would be great. But what do you expect from Simpsons here?
So right off the bat, we see Alice right off the bat. Again, there's still a lot of good heroes up. There's still, you can see Natalia. I do see a lot of teams do run Natalia tank. Or even Bandetta, she's still up. She's still a really good side lane hero. And we might see a Eve here. And do they lock in? And yes, they do. We do see a Eve.
Yeah, they do lock it in. Eve is actually not that bad against Esme. But then again, for Slayer's Toxic, they have a lot of, heroes available to them. Again, there's Benedetta, there's Claude, but they do lock in this Farsa right away. So I think they're mainly picking this Farsa to try and counter the Eve. But to be honest with you, both of them actually have equal, the range of their OTs are kind of equal. What do you think about the Farsa and Eve matchup, Pika? Who do you think has the edge over the two?
To me, it all depends on the player. They both have burst damage, they both have slow, they both have stun. To be honest, I do think it depends on the pick. So if Slayer Toxic do pick a marksman, I think they could be in trouble because Eve could just poke him and slow him and could end up really bad. But Farsa does have that burst damage, so just 1 or 2 hits from Farsa, you could see their hyper gets blasted away really quick.
I see. So is it me or does it feel like deja vu? Because these are like the same picks from last game for for April. Listen, this is the same exact pick, same order: Esmeralda, Farsa, and Rafaela. If you guys are hearing like construction in the background, I do apologize. Hopefully it's not too bad. But yeah, Benedetta gets locked in here for the Simpsons. Wow. I mean, Benedetta is actually just an okay pick here. The reason why Benedetta is not that good, in my opinion, right here in the current situation is because of Esme, because Esme will just sustain everything that Benedetta will throw. But it's still not a bad pick. But yeah, what do you think about the Benedetta pick here for Simpsons?
She still put a lot of pressure in the early game. I still like her in side lane, but mid to late game she could be a little bit fall off. It just depends on what Slayer Toxic do pick to counter her in the same lane.
But yeah, Simpsons, they are aware of the Rafaela Bruno that I was talking about earlier, and they banned it, so to deny those picks. So Simpsons, it looks like they've been doing their research about about draft picks and stuff like that. They banned Claude as well. I'm actually surprised they banned Claude because they could also pick Claude to counter the Esme. They really don't have any heroes right now for Simpsons to burst out the Esme, so I'm worried for that reason. But for Slayer's Toxic, they banned Ling. People had been doing a lot of Angela lately. I'm not sure if that's popular here in NA, but what do you think about the Angela pick here in NA? Do people pick Angela here?
I haven't seen much Angela pick here, but I do see people. It just depends on the team composition. Like even Angela side lane with a Claude, that could be really dangerous. But as you can see, they banned Claude, and I don't think I could see the Angela pick here because I don't see much of that here in North America.
I see. Some people here in C at least, they sometimes play Angela tank, and they pair it up with like Alice, Claude, like you said, or even Benedetta. So Angela could be a valid pick here for the Simpsons, but then again, you did say that nobody really plays Angela here, so we don't really expect it. But I'm really hoping for it, to be honest, because Angela would be super good for the Simpsons right now. They could have Baxia XP lane and then an Angela tank, or even an Angela side lane and then a Baxia tank. But here for Slayer's Toxic, we see a Granger jungler. All right, so it's also a thing here in NA. Wow. So have you been seeing a lot of Grangers lately here as well?
Yes, I have been seeing a lot of Grangers, but their build is a little bit different. They build Hunter Strike first instead of Blade of Despair, and they also build a little bit tanky by going Brute Force as their first two item.
It's the same thing, yeah. People do the same thing here. Same type of build. So jungle item, Hunter Strike, and then Brute Force. Yeah. But a Gatot pick, wow, that is a very unexpected pick right there. I'm not really sure what the Gatot is picked for, but I think it's mainly to counter the Eve. What do you think about the Gatot Eve here? Is it? Do you think it counters Eve?
No, I don't think so. The Eve with its ults could poke really well. Even if the Gato dive, if the Eve's positioned really well, I don't think that's a good pick. But I don't know. I could be wrong. We're about to see what happened.
I see. So that last pick, I forgot who that is. Is that Roger? He does have the skin. It looked like Roger. I think it's Roger. So arguably one of the best cores in the game right now. Since Roger is actually really good early game and even late game, to be honest, especially if you build him with Demon Hunter Sword. So based on the draft, who do you think won the draft, Pika, bro?
I honestly think the Simpsons win this draft. Their draft is really, really good. I like their draft a lot. I'm not too much of the Gato pick right now, just because even Rogers, he could dash away or get out of it. It'll be really hard to Gato to land his stun, but we're about to see what happened.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you, and I also think the Simpsons won the draft here, to be honest with you. They have a very, how do you want to say this? A very balanced draft. Very good early. They have some heroes early game, which is like Benedetta. They have Baksha. They have Roger, and they have some late game as well. They have Alice late game for late game security. So a very balanced draft. I'm not really sure what's happening with the screen right now. It's having a spasm. Yeah. So yeah, you can restart it. I don't know if. Hopefully that gets fixed soon.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Just give us a sec.
There you go.
Should be good now.
Back to the game. And right away, the Simpsons already taking the Litho, alright? So, usually what you want to do is you want to start the buff where the Litho is going to spawn, because in the current, the most recent patch, before the game even starts, it actually gives you a countdown, or it shows you where the Litho is going to spawn. So a lot of, what happened to the Elgato again? And okay, we're back at it again. Sorry about that. It's like spazzing out right now for me. But hopefully we get that fixed soon. We're just going to reconnect it. And there goes the red buff being taken by Roger. And same with Granger as well. One thing that Roger does have an advantage of is they got the Litho. So he's going to get to level 4 a lot faster than the Granger here. And they're already on the top side of the map getting the golden crab. It looks like the Simpsons, they're definitely rotating a lot faster than Slayer Toxic right here. They're also counter jungling. So they're denying resources from this Granger, but they are waiting on the turtle side as well. So again, the Simpsons, they're really like planning ahead of time. You can tell that they're really ready for this. Roger almost bursting out the Rafaela, but it's not gonna be enough right now. He doesn't have a lot of items yet. The turtle will spawn soon, and Benedetta. And look at the positioning of the Simpsons. I'm really proud of them. Look at the vision. You know, this small things, small details that they're doing right now is really good. You know, it's really good to see in the NA scene, since we all know that this is the first tournament ever that Mobile Legends is hosting here in NA. But you know, we're seeing, you know, the gameplays that we want to see. But look at this. Benedetta needs to dash away, but Gatot's gonna ulti in. He is gonna miss the ulti. It was just an inch away from Benedetta, and Benedetta lives another day. But look at the Esmeralda. He doesn't have a lot of mana. The turtle will get reset right there. But the Simpsons, they're very, very low right now, so they need to retreat. And actually, I think it was the best time for Slayer's Toxic to actually get the turtle, but they didn't take advantage of the scenario and the situation. They went for the blue buff anyways, even though Granger doesn't really need the blue buff because Granger doesn't have mana. But still, the Litho is gonna go to Slayer's Toxic right now, since the Simpsons, they had to recall to get some HP back and hopefully try to contest for this turtle. And they're very lucky that Slayer's Toxic actually did not go for the turtle right now. Because even they were super, super low, and Granger could do the turtle super, super fast. Alright, unfortunately they didn't do it. But the turtle gets reset again, and it looks like there's going to be a brawl here on the top side of the map. Majority of the players are here on the top side, and the Simpsons finally trying to take this turtle. Will they be able to secure it with the Retribution? And the Roger will secure it with the Retribution. Eve with the nice zoning ulti. Benedetta is going to get a kill on Farsa. And Baxia trying to chase down the Granger and Rafaela. Nice zone from Baxia and the Eve, by the way. Very nice zoning from both those heroes, making sure that Roger can comfortably retry the turtle. So so far, look at the Gatot ulting to clear the minion wave. So far, but he's gonna get bursted though after that ulti. Like Pika said, he doesn't really feel this Gatot pick, and I would agree with him. I haven't seen a Gatot in a very long time, but then again, maybe Slayer's Toxic is really waiting for that late game, and it might surprise us. Hopefully, I'm really hoping for it. But right now, Roger might be snowballing soon. He's to his attack speed boots. He did build his third tier jungle item already. Benedetta already got the bloodless axe. Eve is building the Ice Queen wand with the extra slow. But look at the Benedetta 1v4 right there, trying to distract the farmer of Granger. So little things like that could really give your Roger or your jungler, the advantage. Because the more people that are in the jungle, the harder it is to kill the buff. All right, here we go. It looks like Rafaela is really trying to stick to this Granger because the Bruno did get banned, so they had no choice but to pick another core or another jungler for them. But so far, the Simpsons, they're really looking a lot better in taking objectives, all right? They have one turtle advantage over Slayer's Toxic, but no big team fights yet so far, right? No big team fights yet. It's just been pickoffs so far. But the gold lead will go in the. It's actually just a little bit. It's really close to each other, so you can't really say anything right now on whoever gets the advantage. But in terms of the draft, the Simpsons should be playing a lot better. Should be taking objectives better than Slayer's Toxic. But here we go. Already Simpsons starting the turtle. Will they be able to secure it with the retribution? Another successful retribution from Roger, and very nice zoning from Alice, Eve, and Baxia. They just know each other's job, you know? They know what to do, and they don't want to be too greedy. They didn't really chase all the way. They did get a pick off on Farsa, and I'm really surprised she still died. And that might be a tower here for Simpsons, since they did get one pick off and the turtle. But Esmeralda actually traded a tower on the bottom side of the map. Alice trying to take this mid lane tower, but they failed to get it. It is 1 HP, but it's super close. I think Roger wants to get it, and he did get it. All right, he even without a minion, he was able to get the mid lane tower right there to get more global gold for his team. So it's a 2-tower trade for 1 tower in favor of the Simpsons. So this is not looking good for Slayer's Toxic right now. Simpsons definitely playing more of a team. They know each other's job, and I think Slayer's Toxic is really depending on this Granger here. If this Granger doesn't go online, there's just no way for them to win this game. Esmeralda has been free farming though. I would say Esmeralda has been free farming, so he could carry the game as well. But they do have the Baxia to counter this Esme. Esmeralda doing a 1v1 against this Alice, and it looks like Esmeralda is actually getting the advantage here. Alice needs to retreat, and he doesn't want to fight that 1v1 because Esmeralda is ahead of her right now. Baxia though going for the gank, and he manages to hit. Nice. First kill from the Baxia, but the Esmeralda is way too tanky to kill. Alice wants this sun. Esmeralda is gonna go to a falling star moon. Eve is gonna try to ulti for a last hit, but look at the Alice going in with a first kill and a stun on the Farsa. Farsa dies again. Another pick off from the Simpsons, and they could actually push this bot lane tower, to be honest with you, to get another global gold. Benedetta doing really good in the backline. Rafaela cannot do anything. Esmeralda going with a falling star moon right there, hitting 2 people. But the Baxia is here to counter the Esmeralda sustain. He's not going to hit the first kill. And they also did not get the tower on the bottom side of the map. But they got the turtle anyway. So it's still another objective. But you really want to prefer the tower instead of the turtle. But still, it's still good objectives. Because the Slayer's Toxic, they don't have any trade at all right now. They're not getting any other and it's not looking good. Even their top lane tower is super low. Gatot hasn't hit any miracle ultis. I was really expecting this Gatot to roam around a lot better, but it's so hard for Gatot to roam because Benedetta clears the lane so damn fast. All right, there's just no way for Gatot to keep up with the Benedetta's passive to just make him roam from top lane to mid lane so quick. So he could wave clear and help on team fights, and that's what this Benedetta has been doing. But look at that Granger! finally getting a shutdown on the Benedetta. He's been very, very annoying throughout this whole game, trying to distract his farm, but the Granger finally bursted him. But look at this Esmeralda getting some trouble 1v2, but he still lives. A lot of sustain there. Eve ulting for the red buff, and look at the Granger getting bursted by this Alice, but he lives with the Rafaela heal with 1 HP. Oh, actually double kill from the Alice right there. Falling Star Moon will finally shut down the Alice, but Cold World right here will get the red buff on the Roger, and the Lord will actually spawn in 30 seconds. So this might be a free Lord for the Simpsons if they can position themselves quickly here after the Granger has died, and gonna deny a blue buff for a Granger. It's not a big deal though for Granger. Granger doesn't really need the blue buff because he doesn't have mana. Sure, it helps on cooldown, but you're building Hunter Strike for that, for more cooldown. So let's see what the Simpsons will do here. I think they want to take this top lane tower first, and then they want to go for the Lord. But let's see. Let's see what their plan is here. Baksha already positioning himself ahead of time to try and zone out the Farsa, but I think they're Slayer's Toxic. They're gonna be able to wave clear the top lane so that the Simpsons cannot push that that top lane tower right there. All right, they do have the Farsa, so it's a lot of wave clear. I'm not really sure if the Simpsons is waiting for 12 minutes for a level 2 Lord, because Slayer's Toxic, they have a lot of wave clear with the Falling Star Moon and the Farsa ulti, right? With the Feather Airstrike. So yeah, it might be wise to wait for a level 2 Lord for the Simpsons. But then again, it is their choice. They are snowballing really, really hard. They are ahead of like around 7,000 gold. So it's gonna be really hard for Slayer's Toxic to get to that late game stage. Let's see what the Simpsons will do here. And yeah, they are definitely waiting for level 2 Lord from what I could see. Because they should be doing the Lord right now if they're confident in themselves. Look at the Granger burst now though. And Roger actually gets stuck right there. Did he manage to get away? He does have 1 HP. Esmeralda did not manage to get the kill on the Roger, and Baksha, very nice peel and nice protection, making sure that his Roger doesn't die. Very well played. You know, small plays like that from tanks, you really gotta appreciate. And Baksha hitting the second skill on this Esmed, so he cannot sustain, and Esmed just got way too greedy right there. For the Roger, got way too overextended, and this might be a perfect time to do the Lord. And I think they should just wait it out. It's only 30 seconds for the level 2 Lord. Simpsons, I think it would be better to wait it out. They have a Farsa, bro. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. I think they really just should wait it out. It's 11:40. Like, it's just a couple more seconds for a level 2 Lord. But they want to take it because it's a 4v5. They don't want to risk it, I guess. But I do expect Slayer's Toxic to clear the Lord pretty easily, alright? Since they do have the Feather Airstrike for Farsa. The Feather Airstrike could wave clear super, super fast. So, I'm not sure if that's the right decision, but I mean, it's alright, because there's still 2 second-tier towers for Slayer's Toxic, and getting the level 1 Lord will definitely give that to the Simpsons, alright? So that's going to be 2 towers in advance if they could take advantage of this Lord. So let's see how the Simpsons will take advantage of this Lord by freezing the lane and making sure that all the lanes are pushing all at the same time. But we see already Benedetta trying to push the top side of the map with the Alice. The Lord is actually going to be on the top side. So let's see. It would be wiser for the Simpsons to push mid lane or bot lane. And it looks like they're taking advantage of that. Eve, nice zoning ulti. Winter Truncheon being used by Alice already. And this Alice is finally in the later stages of the game. He's definitely carrying his... he's been going in on Fars. He's making it hard for Granger to really... make some damage here, because he's just been ulting Winter Truncheon, and you know, it's really hard for them to kill the Alice. They don't have enough burst because Granger just gets bursted right away. But Gata here, they are gonna manage to defend the inhibitor towers because, like I said, Slayer's Toxic, they do have a decent amount of wave clear here to survive. All right, so that's what I was talking about when taking a level 2 Lord instead of level 1 Lord. I think if they took the level 2 Lord, if they waited for a level 2 Lord, they could have gotten at least 1 inhibitor tower. But unfortunately, they didn't do it, alright? But then again, they do have the map pressure, since they do get all the second tier towers. They have the map pressure in favor of the Simpsons, so all they have to do now is freeze the lane, wait for the next Lord, like the Aether Explicit was doing last game, and they're good to go. I honestly don't see Slayer's Toxic coming back from this. If Gatot like lands a 5-man ulti or even like a 4-man ulti, maybe. But it's a really slim chance, guys. Let me be honest with you. It is very hard to land a Gatot ulti like that. He really needs to position his ulti very well. If you look at the items, Gatot only has Curse Helmet and Anti-Crash. We see Hunter Strike already and Brute Force for Granger. And Rafaela does have the necklace to counter the Alice, so that's good to see. Farsa is gonna hurt though. He does have the Clock of Destiny Lightning Truncheon. Esmeralda has the usual Enchanted Talisman, and is that a necklace that I see? I'm not really sure. It's kind of blurry for me. I'm sorry about that, but it's all right. Roger is in his full build. This Roger's full build, by the way. So this Roger is definitely gonna hurt. He also has Demon Hunter Sword, so it doesn't even matter if you're playing Esme. Roger's gonna, he's gonna he's definitely gonna kill you with DHS. Once you get that DHS, with even Claude or Roger, it's definitely gonna hurt. Or even like Brody, heroes like Brody, it's definitely gonna melt Esmeralda. And like I said here, the Simpsons, they're freezing the lane, they're playing it patiently, but they're trying not to give up the vision to the enemy. All right, they're making sure that the enemy team doesn't get too much vision, so that they can keep denying resources. But I think Ranger might be able to secure this blue buff though. And he did. He does have the double buff, red buff, and the blue buff. So let's see here. Benedetta just keeping pressure here. But both teams are playing it super safe. I mean, if I'm Slayer's Toxic, I would just be playing super safe and just farm. That's all they could do. All right, wait for the next Lord and hopefully contest. Gatot contests with the ulti and gets a really good ult Petrify. That's their only chance. But it's gonna be very hard to execute. Let's see what the Simpsons will do here. They are 10,000, 12,000 gold ahead. So the Lord will spawn soon, and it finally spawned. So this is the level 2 Lord, by the way, guys. So yeah, I do apologize if you guys are hearing construction in the background. Esmeralda gets picked off, so finally that's a 4v5. Can they get a burst? Oh, they get a burst on Roger and maybe Alice. Let's see. That might be the, oh no, oh, unfortunate for Slayer's Toxic. If they get a burst on that Alice, I promise you they could have gotten the Lord. But unfortunate for them, Alice lived with 1 HP. And Roger did get bursted though. So that's good. At least they got the Roger. Because they don't have Retribution without the Roger. It's going to be very risky. What is Granger doing? He's overextending by himself for the red buff. That is very, I don't know, that is not reasonable. That is not reasonable for a Granger. I'm not really sure what he was doing. He had no teammates around him. It was not worth it to contest a red buff for a Granger death. And now, because of that, the Simpsons are now starting the Lord. Because now they know Slayer's Toxic. They don't have Retribution as well. So why don't we just contest the Lord without any Retribution from both teams? But then again, Roger is about to spawn soon. And I think the Simpsons don't even need Roger to kill this Lord. And there we go. Here goes the level 2 Lord. This Lord is definitely going to charge into a tower. So I'm really looking forward, or not looking forward, but I think the Simpsons might end the game here with the team comp they have. As long as Alice can zone out Farsa. If Alice can zone out the Farsa Feather Airstrike, this is going to be GG well played, right? If the Farsa Feather Airstrike cannot wave clear, it is GG well played. And we all know Alice is very good against Farsa, especially if you position your first skill correctly. Alright, so let's see here. The Lord is pushing in on the top lane. Will this be the end of their journey for Slayer's Toxic? The Simpsons, the Baxia ulted a little bit too early, I would say. He is very tanky, and the Eve zoning so much, and the Baxia kind of the Farsa ulti, and that's what I'm talking about. Do they want to end the game? The Lord is still up, and they're trying to tower lock. They don't have any minions. Can they finish the game? And like I said, as long as they cancel the Feather Airstrike, they can finish the game. And congratulations to the Simpsons for moving on to the next round.
Wow, what a fight from both teams. Really well played from the Simpsons, and really well played from the Toxic Slayers. They did put up a good fight. I do expect them to put up a good fight, and they fought until the end. So that's what I like to see.
Yeah, definitely. Very clean game from the Simpsons, honestly. They had one mess up where Gatot actually ended up catching the Roger, but it happens. I wouldn't call it an error. It just he somehow managed to land a really good ulti. But then Granger, man, Granger really surprised me for going to the red buff by himself. They had the advantage, but he just kind of gave it away. But then again, super clean game for the Simpsons. Congratulations to you guys. And Slayer's Toxic, thank you guys for participating in the tournament. You guys played well as well. GG, well played.
And there you go, guys. We're going to take another 5-minute break. And then next game, it's going to be BTK versus Quitters. Be right back.
Your team is banning.
And here we go, everyone. The defending champion, BTK.
Your team is banning.
Oh man, here we go. Arguably, maybe the the crowd favorites here. I've been seeing a lot of spam in the chat with the peak of life. I don't really get it because this is the first time I've heard it, but we're about to see it, I guess. But BTK versus Quitters. Let me remind you guys that there was a former professional player from the Philippines in the Quitters, which is Ognimod right there. One of Doggy's players, so really looking forward to him play. Obviously, BTK right here. What do you expect from this game, Pika?
I expect BTK to play dominantly right off the bat. They're on voice chat, and you rarely see that happen. They'll be giving Zayn all the kills, and they're looking to end early. I don't think this is going to be a long game. We're about to see what happened, but BTK is a scary team, and if Quitters are not prepared for this game, then the game could end a little bit early than usual.
I see. So it looks like there's gonna be a very unusual ban right now, which is the Popol and Koopa ban. I'm not really sure why they banned it, but I mean it is a good pick. Yes, it has been being picked, especially in Southeast Asia, a lot lately. But it's not something that people ban right away. But Selena and Popol and Koopa gets banned right away, and Diggy gets banned. We have seen Diggy get banned on every single game so far.
Yeah, it has been every single. I don't know. I just think that a lot of players do think Diggy's annoying. I think a lot of tanks hate it because they can't engage because someone needs to bait that Diggy's ult. I just think a lot of teams hate it, and so far every single game we have seen a Diggy ban.
Yeah, I mean, after all, it is a best of one, so I think it's to avoid like really unusual strats, right, with the Diggy, because there are a lot of strats available when you do draft the Diggy. Really annoying strats, cheese strats, as you could call it. Mathilda gets banned, so that's a pretty common ban right now. Again, let me just remind you guys, Benedetta is still open, Eve is still open, there's still the Jawhead, so there's still definitely a lot of choices here for both teams. But yeah, let's see what gets banned here. What are you expecting, Pika, for the bans and the first pick?
And there we go. We have a Benedetta ban. I think Cardi got peer pressure and didn't know who to ban there, but I'm pretty sure that Cardi did a lot of studies before this tournament, like he does every tournament. I think he just wanted to make sure that that's the ban that he wants to go with.
Yeah, I mean, Benedetta is a good ban. If they don't play Benedetta, even though they do have the first pick, Benedetta is still an okay ban. I think they're trying to get the Jawhead here. Maybe this might be a good Jawhead ban here. If I'm Quitters, who else is open? Eve is still open. Both though. If I'm Quitters, actually, I would open up both, so you could have a trade on.
Even Azmarella is still open. Uranus is still open. Still a lot of good heroes that are still open.
Yeah, definitely. If you're second pick, it's looking good for you right now. If you're second pick, because you're gonna get more OP heroes. They banned the NACC. Okay, so that's a good ban as well. And BTK, they're hovering the Farsa, and I don't think they're gonna pick a support first. They might pick the Eve first. Yeah. Oh, okay. I saw it for a second. I thought lock it in.
Maybe they're teasing you a little bit.
Yeah, are they gonna pick the Esme again? We're gonna get a little deja vu again. I'm not sure. What do you think is gonna happen, bro? Who do you think is gonna get first pick here based on the bans?
Esmeralda's still open. I still think she's a really good first pick, but we could see Paquito's still open. That's someone that we had forgot.
How could I forget about Paquito? That is like one of the most broken heroes in the game right now. But yeah, very good first pick from BTK. I won't blame them for that. Paquito counters so many heroes. Paquito actually counters Benedetta, counters Claude, and even like Esme or Alice. Paquito could really go against them. But yeah, I think Esme is not a bad choice here. It makes it harder for Paquito to actually kill you if you're an Esme because you have so much sustain. Who do you think is good against Paquito, Pika, in your personal experience?
I think he's if you could combo with him really well, he's a really hard hero to stop. You need a lot of CC that could jump him on right away and burst him down before he even lands any of his combos.
Definitely agree. And they're gonna get the Baksha Esme, alright? So they pick the Baksha so that their Esme doesn't get countered. I don't blame them. Quitters so far, they're drafting alright. But then again, BTK. I was about to say Bloodthirsty King. Well, they are called Bloodthirsty.
Yeah.
BTK, what am I talking about? BTK, they still have Claude open. There's no knockups going on for quitters right now. They could do like a Claude Chu maybe, but I think they might go for a Rafaela Bruno. Is this it? Oh man, please tell me it's a what? Wow, okay.
And 2 supports
So
right
is
off the bat.
Is it me or has Parsa and Rafaela been picked together all the time? All these games.
Yes.
Rafaela and Parsa been picked together.
They have
What
been
is
picked
up with
every
that?
single game so far. They have been up, and teams have just been abusing those 2 heroes.
No, not just that though. They're picked at like the same spots. That same spot. Wow, I don't know if it's a coincidence or just the way it is. But Ling gets drafted right here. Quitters. It might look like it might be a good Angela pick here for quitters. Might be good. What do you think is gonna be the ban here? I think I expect a Bruno ban, like what happened
Your
last game.
team is banning.
So as you can see, Quitters did ban Claude. But the thing is with Zane is he's really flexible with any marksman or any hypers he play. We could see even a carry or even a Bruno. Or even a Roger. Zane was one of the top players as a Roger hero, so we could even see a Roger here.
Okay, so well, I haven't been watching Zane lately, or see him play. Tell me more about him. Like, does he only still play marksman? Does he play assassin? Does he play anything else?
Let me tell you a little
Marksman?
bit something. He's been abusing Alpha lately. And I know you might hate it,
Wow.
but maybe we could see an Alpha today.
No hate at all. Alpha's been buffed like how many times? Like too many times, and we still haven't seen him in the MPL. But I have played against a couple of alphas in our scrimmages myself, and he is quite strong, especially in the early stages of the game. A lot of sustain, goods with objective, and there goes the Bruno ban that I was talking about. For quitters, they don't want the Bruno Rafaela combo that the Endo meta has been doing. And plus, Zane might be using the Bruno, so that's even more scarier than it's supposed to be. So this last ban, what do you think it's gonna be, Pika?
So the other team still needs a support or a side lane. You could maybe even see a Eve ban here. She has been really annoying, and everyone knows that Zane's really good at playing marksman. Eve could really give you some pressure and zone you out really well.
Oh, I do have to agree. Eve would be a really good pick for quitters, just so that Zane can get zoned out. But I mean, BTK they banned the Lunox. I'm not really sure why, but all right. Lunox is actually doesn't do anything for them, against them at least. She does have high burst, but I don't think Lunox really threatens the draft that BTK currently has. Like you said, I think Eve would have been a better ban, since Eve could actually zone out Zane and force Zane to get out of the team fight, because Eve's range is just so far. But here we see quitters is hovering the Cho here. So far though, Pika, for you, who do you think is winning the draft so far?
I think so far, BTK is winning the draft. We still don't know who their hyper is. We still don't know who Carly's gonna play. The other team quitters, they already picked their hyper, so they could honestly just pick the last 2 picks, target their picks towards that lane. So far I like BTK picks so far.
Oh, I see. I do have to agree. They do have the choice to counter quitters right now. So yeah, that's the advantage that BTK has right now on the second phase of the draft. Quitters locking in that Chu. Who else is? I mean, Zane plays just so much marksman that he could pick anything right now. I don't even know what to expect. But knowing Zane, I expect a marksman. But you said he's been spamming. Oh man, he's been spamming Alpha. But I think we're gonna see a Granger here. And Cardi still hasn't shown his card. I'm not sure who's gonna play the Paquito. It's either Cardi and Alice for late game. Sure. Alice is actually not a bad pick here. So they have late game security.
So yes, so they did lock in Granger and Alice. Cardi did play really well Alice in the last tournament, and we could see Chicken on Paquito. Granger, we could expect them to play aggressive right off the bat, because Granger has that burst damage. So if they could position really well and rotate really well, you could see BTK winning the early game in this.
I see. For quitters though, I think the best pick they could possibly do here Loi wouldn't be so bad here, to be honest with you. Loi is actually really good against Raph and Farsa, so you can cancel the feather airstrike if you can hit your combo. But he's hovering Faramis. I would be really surprised if he locks in Faramis. Again, Ognimod is a former pro player from the Philippines, so I'm expecting a lot from him, even though he's moved to Canada. All right, so there goes the draft. I mean, the draft seems pretty even to me, but
both teams really do have really good picks. But who
I
did you?
think BTK edge.
Yeah, yeah, I do agree.
Yeah.
BTK do have the edge. They just have that synergy together. Just because you have really good picks, it's how you play together as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is the only lineup from the previous tournaments that stick together. Like, for example, Gosu, they changed the roster. Rockstar, they changed the roster, but BTK, they're sticking with the original members that that won them a tournament. So that's really nice to see. Like Pika said, and here we go, BTK versus Quitters. By the way, guys, this is a best out of one. All right, so there is no such thing as a strong team on a BO1. Right, you always want to take this team seriously. You don't want to underestimate any of these teams because anything could happen in the best of one. All right, so here we go. It looks like BTK, they're starting a fast clear here at mid lane, while obviously Ling and Baksha will be doing a fast blue because Ling really needs the blue. If Ling doesn't get the blue, I mean, he's kind of useless. Not completely useless, but it's just really hard, to play Ling without the blue buff. Really blue reliant hero. But here we see the Paquito, how OP he is already. Look at that damage on Esmeralda. Jeez, what a broken hero. But here, Ling finally getting the red buff, and Baksha doing a helping the Ling out by starting that green camp right away as well. So far both teams are playing really well. We could see the teamwork going on from both teams. Granger's farming pretty freely. No distractions right now. Who's gonna get level 4 first? I think BTK might get level 4 first since they did get the litho. But here, Ling is almost level 4. Not quite yet. Maybe one more minion. And actually, Ling is ahead of Granger in terms of experience. I'm not really sure why. Let's see. Is he going to get level 4? He does get level 4. They get level 4 around the same time. Ling is trying to gank this Paquito alone. I'm not really sure if this is a good idea. It's really hard to gank Paquito early game, guys. Let me tell you. All right? The Paquito sustain and the way he resets his skill is just, it's too much. It's really hard to gank early game. It would be actually easier to gank the Alice because Alice is super weak early game, especially pre-level 4. But in the Quitters, their strat right now, they're just kind of sticking together, trying to follow where Ling is going. And I think Ling is kind of taking command or, controlling his team right now. Wherever he's going to go, that's where Baksha and the Loi is going to go. But BTK finally starting the turtle as soon as possible. Let's see if they are going to be able to secure this turtle. No zoning from BTK at all. But Granger still managed to secure that turtle. The ulti is going to go down. Ling is forced to ulti. The Farce is going to ulti as well. But no kills going on. But it's just going to be a BTK trade advantage right there. Turtle for nothing. All right, turtle for nothing. Ling also doesn't have the blue buff yet. So that's going to be something that you need to watch out for. That's the hard part about Ling, especially in the early stages of the game. If you're trying to contest for a turtle, most of the time at 2 minutes, Ling doesn't have the blue buff. You're going to have the blue buff disappear for a good 15 seconds. And then as soon as the turtle spawns, your blue buff is just about to spawn. So it's just really hard to play Ling in the early stages of the game. So if I'm Quitters right now, just be patient, play it safe, let Ling farm, and get to late game with Esme and Ling. Let them carry, all right? That's how they're going to win for Quitters. For BTK, they just need to play as a team, get as much objectives as possible. Farsa actually almost killed that Loi right there. 1 HP, but managed to get away. It's still a 0-0 scoreline. No deaths being given from both teams. And almost being stolen by Rafaela right there. First kill. And right here, we see Granger cutting the lane with the Alice here on the bot side of the map against this Cho. All right, we haven't seen this Cho roam just yet, but surprisingly, Alice is rotating faster than Cho, which is not something that you usually see because Cho's supposed to be stronger than Alice early game. But I think it's just that BTK gank bot lane. That's why Cho's wave is not in his favor. Let's see what else what else does BTK need to do here. Rafaela is just sticking next to Granger, so they're pretty much investing a lot of resources into Zane. They're trusting Zane, all right? Trusting your teammates is one of the most important things that you could possibly do if you're building a team. But this team has been together for such a long time, and they still have their trust on Zane. Let's see what Zane's plan is here. The turtle spawned finally. He's ready for it. But then again, there's nobody to zone for BTK except for the Farsa Feathers airstrike. That's it. That's the only way they can zone. But Baksha doing a really good job right here. Rafaela is gonna get forced to ulti, and who gets it? Ling actually gets it because it was a nice zone from Baxia. I would say that's worth it if this guy doesn't die. And he gets a double kill for Granger. Loi also dies as well, and actually it is not worth it. All right, it was worth it if the Baxia was the only one to die, but then Loi died as well, and then they also get the red buff. So it's like an even trade, I would say, as of now. And plus, the blue buff is gonna be taken by BTK. Oh man, Lee is gonna have a really hard time right now, trying to go around the map. He's gonna be, catching for breath. Ling without blue buff, you're gonna be catching for your breath. But look at the Cho here trying to go for a TikTok, but I don't think he's gonna be able to burst. Oh, he doesn't have enough damage right there, and Alice is gonna get that kill on Chu, and this might be the snowball that we're looking for on BTK's side, but they want to play it patiently and discipline. We see the discipline here on BTK's side. Even though it looks like they're winning the situation or scenario, they don't want to force any plays. They're really playing it safe, and they're not underestimating the opposite team, even though they're winning a lot right now. In terms of objectives, all right, 3 kills to none, and plus 2 turtles. Actually, 1 turtle to Quitters actually got 1 turtle in. Farsa gets a kill on Esmeralda right there, double kill on the Farsa alone. How? All right, I just don't know. Hui making some miracles here, but Paquito also died, so it's a 2-for-1 trade, still in favor of BTK. Definitely worth it. It's okay for the side lane to die as long as there's a trade. All right, and here we go. We see BTK using the objective, doing the objectives as a team. Yeah, definitely objective-minded. BTK here got the bot lane tower. After bot lane tower, they go for mid lane, and now guess what's next? It's gonna be either counter jungle on the top side, get the red buff, and get the top lane tower. And it looks like they're gonna counter jungle. Who's gonna get this? I think Granger should be able to get this. And this, look at Baksha. So squishy on that Granger. Granger could just melt Baksha so easily. And the turtle is up again, but I think Zane wants to get the blue buff first. Farsa is giving vision on that turtle so that nobody starts it. Farsa doesn't have a lot of mana, so I think it's better for Farsa to actually recall and then go back into the team fight. And Granger, though, look at that. Just 1 first kill puts a turtle into the 50% health. Oh, man. And Ling is just getting the blue buff, so he's not going to be able to contest this turtle. That's the problem with Ling right now. That's the problem with Ling. So you really need to get to late game, and you really need to give away a lot of the turtles early game if you have a Ling on your draft. All right, it's just a given. And I'm really surprised that Quitters did not draft Angela here for on their side, because Angela Ling is one of the combos that a lot of teams have been doing here in C, and that I haven't seen yet in NA. I don't think Angela is really big here in NA. But let's see what happens here. Hopefully, Ling does have the item to deal a decent amount of damage now. Maybe a DHS, maybe an endless battle. Can we get an item check real quick? Let's see what he has. Okay, so I think he's gonna build Demon Hunter's sword first, from what it looks like. He does have the jungle item, all the way to 3rd tier. Chu does have the Heptases. We have Loi with the Enchanted Talisman. Baksha is really squishy, by the way. You know why? Because he has the 3rd tier jungle item without any armor or magic resist except for the boots. So that's why he's so squishy. All right, so yeah, we're good. Thank you for the item check. Yeah, that's the reason why Baksha is so squishy. I was wondering, why is Baksha so squishy? He's forcing the encourage mass. Why? I'm not really sure why a lot of tanks like forcing encourage mass. And considering Baxia as well, Baxia has the rolling ball, so you don't really need a speed up or speed up at all. Plus you have your ulti, you have super sustain. So I think it's better to build like tanky instead of encourage mass. But he's the one playing, so I can't say anything. But let's see if it's gonna work out for him. Ling does secure the blue buff, so that's good. But so far, BTK really showing their superiority here in this game. Quitters, they have been quiet, no objectives at all so far, only 1 turtle. And they actually managed to get 1 tower as well, which we missed earlier. But here we go, Alice versus the Ling, and Alice has just so much sustain. Ling is not going to be able to burst out the Alice without DHS. And I don't even think Ling has DHS yet. So, and Rafaela tried ulti the Baxia, but very nice trigger stun from Cardi. And this is the Alice that Pico was talking about for Cardi. Look at this. Very well played from Cardi, and the emos, the piece of, whatever it's called, piece of life. I don't even know if that was the correct emote. But yeah, there we go. They did manage to actually trade a tower here at mid lane. Rafaela was not able to defend his mid lane tower, but it's alright because the Lord is going to go to BTK side. A very dominant game right now. So far from BTK, which is what we expected, to be honest. They are one of the more, you know, the crowd favorites. People have been watching them. They're really popular for a reason because they're good. All right, but hopefully we see more of quitters here. Who got that? Oh, it was actually Ling who managed to get that red buff. All right, so that's good. At least he got that. He doesn't have blue buff though, so this is gonna be really hard for quitters to come back, especially if Ling keeps getting denied blue buff. The blue buff is up. Let's see if Ling can get this. It's gonna be really important for Ling to get this. But I think Granger, they're just gonna give the blue buff away. I think Quitters is trying to focus on wave clearing instead of trying to contest for this blue buff, which is probably the wise thing to do, the safe thing to do. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. BTK playing super aggressive right now, and we're seeing Zayn like literally front without any tanks at all. I mean, yes, Rafaela is in front of him, but look at that damage! Esmeralda tried doing a falling star move, but he just gets bursted right away. It's like he did damage to himself. But look at the ad going in. And Cardi, nobody's going to be able to kill Cardi here. Just so much sustain, even with a Baxia on their team. Even with a first level 1 Lord, they managed to get a level inhibitor right here. Look at the Chu trying to go for a TikTok, but Paquito went for a flicker. And this might be GG well played just in 11 minutes. BTK disrespecting Quitters. Recalling in front of, is that piece of life? Is that it? Is that the emote that they're talking about? The one with the golden statue? Oh man. And that's the piece of life. Oh man. Congratulations to BTK for winning this series, and thank you for Quitters for playing as well. Oh man, just as I expected, very dominant game from BTK.
Yes, very dominant game from BTK. They did play really well together. They played aggressive. They invaded his Ling's red, they invaded Ling's blue. Ling couldn't do much the early game or mid game. It was really hard to him for farm. And even objectives wise, they were focused on towers, focused on turtle, and really well played by BTK.
Yeah, I would have to agree. They really denied the Ling's blue buff right there. Couldn't do anything. He got the Demon Hunter sword way too late. The game was already over before he got Demon Hunter sword. And I think Quitters, they played way too safe. I don't know if they're intimidated or scared or what, but I mean, they managed to steal 1 turtle, but again, well played from both teams. Thank you, Quitters, for joining the tournament. Congratulations to BTK for moving on to the next round, and I'm looking forward to the next game.
Now we're going to take a 5-minute break, guys. Be right back.
Your team is banning.
And here we go, everyone. Game 4. We have Black Bulls versus Game X.
Alright, so here we go. For this match, we have Black Bulls and Game X. Alright, so I'm more familiar with Black Bulls and I've never heard of Game X. So I'm really curious on what they have to offer here, by the way.
So,
Pika, are you there?
Yep. Can you hear me? Hello?
Your team is banning.
Hello, hello? Paulo, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Pika's here, guys, but Jawhead is gonna be banned here on the first ban.
Your team is banning.
I cannot hear Pika.
Hello, hello? Can you hear me now? Hello? Why can't you hear me? Hello? That's so weird.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yep, I can
Or
hear
try
you.
to talk?
Can you hear me? Hello? They could both hear us, we can't hear each other. GG. Swear to God, Paula, you're pulling the trick on me right now. I'm not.
Yo, I'm not trolling. Yo, people think I'm trolling. I'm not trolling. I can't hear Pika. I can't hear Pika. Yo, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. I can't hear Pika, though. Feels bad. Yeah, I don't know. I tried reconnecting already, and I can't hear Pika, so... Alright, I'll just talk then, alright? I'll just talk. Thanks, Pika. Sorry, we'll try to figure it out after the match. Oh, there you go. I can hear him now.
Wait,
I can hear him now.
Paula, I swear to God, you're pulling a trick on me.
Man, there you go. I can hear you now.
Alright,
I swear.
perfect.
What'd you
Alright.
do? I hear you now.
I didn't do anything, that's the thing. But, anyways, as long as it's fixed, that's all that matters. You can hear me now, perfect.
Alright, we're good. Okay, we're back in the game. So what happened here? So there's a John, Alice banned, still Dinky gets banned, Game X banned, Paquito, Selena, Claude. We're just trying to catch up with the draft, guys. Black Bulls first pick Matilda, and then they Game X pick Esmeralda and Yu Zhang. Wow, I haven't seen a Yu Zhang in a while. What do you think about Yu Zhang? Because is he still viable in the current meta?
I still believe that there are still other side lanes that are stronger than he is. He is still good, but I think Benedetta would have been a better side than Yuzong.
I see. Yeah, I do have to agree. Benedetta's open here, and both teams they didn't take it. But Black Bulls, the Matilda first pick is very reasonable here, and good counter pick right there, right away. Good counters. Wow, very proud of Black Bulls draft here. The Lunox and Baxia to counter the Yu Zhang and the Esmeralda. What do you think about those picks right there? The Lunox and the Baxia against this the draft that Game X has right now.
So far their side lanes are really strong. You could really see that Black Bulls ready to pick their support. They ready to pick Matilda, who is really strong side lane, or even as a support or tank, and they already have a Baxia. So we don't know where exactly these heroes are going. They could go either mid lane, side lane, but hopefully it could throw Game X a little bit off.
Yeah, those two heroes definitely counter the side lanes that Game X drafted already. So they're not, they're Black Bulls. They're not drafting for the OP picks. They're drafting to counter. It's something that you want to see more often. But Game X, very unorthodox right now. A Kufra pick against a Lunox, who has one dash with the Dark form. Matilda has one dash as well, I guess. And yeah, I'm not sure about the Kufra pick here. What do you think about the Kufra pick here, Pika?
I think Kufa grew out of the meta. I think there's still a lot of good tanks before you even pick Kufa. A lot of teams now, they either pick a fighter as a tank or even Natalia as a tank. And Natalia is still open on both sides.
I see. Benedetta finally gets banned because Black Bulls, again, we don't know where Baksha is gonna go. Is he gonna go tank? Is he gonna go side lane? Same with Lunox. Lunox could actually go side lane as well. So but most likely Lunox will go side lane because there's already a Mathilda. But yeah, Farsa gets banned here for Black Bulls. So what do you think needs to be banned here for what does Black Bulls need to ban here so they don't get countered based on their draft?
So they already banned Farsa. They could ban another support, which is also Eve. Eve is a really good ban still.
I see. So, but I would say they have too many supports or mages. Oh, alright, we're talking about GameX. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, I do agree with you. Eve would be a really good ban here, for Black Bulls since GameX they don't have any support yet. So, you know, that range that Eve gives you really does help. And wow, I didn't know Jamie was in Black Bulls. I just noticed his name right now, and he's a very familiar player for me. Same with the Kobe guy. Right, that's a familiar name. But yeah, let's see what Black Bulls will ban here. And GameX, they banned Lapu. It's not a bad ban, but what do you think about the Lapu ban after all the nerfs that he's gotten?
I don't think that's a great ban. There's still a lot of... You can either ban a support or even Hyper here. It looks like that they're not looking what the other team are picking. So I'm kind of surprised what they're going to pick here.
I see. So Black Bulls banning Lilia. Some people might think, oh, why did they ban Lilia? Nobody really plays Lilia. But let me tell you this, alright? If Black Bulls are planning to play the Baksha side lane, Lilia is actually a counter to Baksha side lane. If you play Lilia side lane, alright? That's a secret counter pick for Baksha, by the way, because it just slows him down so much. But yeah, Kagura gets locked in here for GameX. So Kagura, I'm really not sure why Kagura, because they could definitely get out of the you know, the ulti of Kagura. They have so many dashes for Black Bulls. What do you think about the Kagura pick here, Pika?
They still needed support. I think Kagura is still a good pick here, but even though I'm not a big fan of GameX pick right now because they have Baksha who could counter both their side lanes, which is Yuzong and Esmeralda, and both their side lanes are really tanky. Like Baksha and Uranus, that's a really tanky side lane.
I see. All right. Well, they did lock in the Hayabusa. It looks like it's gonna be a Hayabusa gold lane, Fox XP lane, and then the Baksha is gonna be tanking. They're actually not gonna play this Baksha side lane, and they have the Eastern Shin as their core. I'm not really sure why they picked Hayabusa gold lane, because usually when you pick Hayabusa, you're most likely against like a Wan, a Claude, like a marksman, right? But you know, both the side laners for GameX, they're both sustained side laners. But so I'm not really sure what the Hayabusa pick is for. What do you think about it?
I'm not sure about the Hayabusa too. I think Hayabusa loses lane against Esmeralda and Yuzong, but I don't know, maybe Jamie's a really good Hayabusa and could win lane. Maybe he will throw us off. Who knows? We're about to see.
Definitely. Maybe they're just picking off their like comfort pick, because a lot of people have been there's some people that argue, what do you want to go for? Do you want to go to counter the enemy, or do you want to just draft something that you're comfortable with? And based on my personal experience, because I coach now for Sunsparks, it's actually better to draft your comfort picks, even though the enemy team might counter you and stuff like that. It's a lot better to pick your comfort picks. Just based on your personal experience. What do you think about it, Pika? Do you think it's better to pick comfort, or do you want to counter the enemy team?
I think it's better to pick a comfort pick that you're comfortable with, because you know when to engage and when to back out and know your limits. So I do agree with you on that part.
5 seconds till the enemy.
But yeah, but let's talk about the draft. Who do you think won the draft before the game even starts here?
I did like... Hold on, just fixing something real quick. Sorry about that. I did like Black Bulls draft until they pick Hayabusa, but I still expect them to dominate right off the bat.
I see, yes. I would say even though they did draft the Hayabusa, oh man, even though they drafted the Hayabusa, I still think Black Bulls has the edge on the draft here. But let's see. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties here. Let's fix that soon. Give us 1 second. There we go. Black Bulls already taking the little here on the top side of the map without any contest at all. Game X, they're doing a fast blue on a Roger, which is just okay, and it's actually not a fast blue at all because Roger is taking a very long time on this blue buff. Jeez. Oh god, but finally he gets it. He even uses Retribution on the blue buff right away because he knew that he wasn't gonna make the Litho. He wasn't gonna make it to the Litho Wanderer anymore. I don't know if people are aware of this, but in most cases, junglers will not use their Retribution unless the turtle's up. They use it for Golden Crab or the Litho, right? Or the Lord. They usually don't use it for blue buff and red buff unless it's being contested, right? That's the only way they'll use Retru. But since it wasn't being contested, I see no reason for Roger to use the Retru. You know, small things like that really matter if you really want to improve as a team or even as a player. But okay, Yushin Shin here finally on the bot side of the map, and I think he's hit level 4 already since he did get the Litho as well earlier. And Baksha trying to maybe zone out the enemy team. Matilda doing a little bit of harassing here on the Kagura. Yuzhong already has the dragon. Jeez, that is a very fast dragon. And that's a first blood from Yuzhong right away on the Matilda, overextending. And this should be a free turtle for Game X. But look at that. Wow. I did not expect for Hayabusa to solo kill an Esmeralda, but look at this. Kagura getting a kill on Lunox as well. Black Bulls, it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. And Hayabusa gets a solo kill on Esme. It still blows my mind. How? But alright, it is what it is. I'm surprised. I'm surprised GameX didn't go for that turtle, even though they have the advantage. Why? They had the numbers advantage. They didn't go for the turtle. Are they intimidated by the enemy team? I'm not sure. Were they even low? I'm not sure either. But look at this. Matilda getting kicked off again, overextending twice now in a row. He just spawned and he's dead again. Jeez. But look at the Yuzhin doing a lot of damage here. Hayabusa actually rotated from top lane to the turtle side here just to help on the team fight. So finally, Black Bulls getting a trade here. But so far, messy decision making from both teams. Honestly, from both teams. Very messy so far. But Black Bulls is doing just a little bit better than GameX. And right here, Roger finally taking the red buff. He does have little mana, so he needs to sustain with the jungle item that he has. Hayabusa finally struggling against the Esme. Against the Esme matchup. Because we all know, if Esme builds Armor Boots, Enchanted Talisman, and then Brute Force and then Oracle afterwards, it's going to be really hard for Haya to kill that Esme. Unless he gets super fed. But let's see here. But in that matchup, Esmeralda is supposed to win. I'm still like mind blown that Esmeralda lost 1v1 against Hayabusa. Nobody was even close on the top side, so it was like no reason for Hayabusa. But item check here real quick. Kufra with a second tier roaming item right away. Curse Helmet will be built by Baksha right there. And is it me or do they not have a roaming item? Am I tripping right now? Oh, Matilda has the roaming item. It is just very blurry for my screen, right? But there's a team fight going on here on the bot lane. Yuzhong finally using the dragon here. Lunox actually gets a kill on Esme on the top side. Now that's understandable. If Lunox was able to burst out Esme, that's more understandable. But on a 1v1, it is not reasonable for Esme to die to a Hayabusa. And I think Black Bulls, they're waiting for this next set of minions so that they can push this top lane tower. And it looks like GameX, they don't have any trade for this top lane tower at all. So it's a 1 tower for nothing trade in favor of Black Bulls. That is not a good look. Hopefully the turtle will spawn soon, and here comes the turtle. So Black Bulls, they get the first tower, and right away they're ready for the turtle. And look what happens here. Oh my god, Kufra jumping in like a maniac. Who got the turtle? Using Shin, securing the turtle with the Retribution, and Hayabusa ulting this Roger. He's 1 HP. Matilda trying to get this kill right here, and he does manage to get it. Kagura is 1 HP, but he gets the shield and gets away with the dash. That is going to be another non-trade. It's like a 1-for-nothing trade in favor of Black Bulls. They got the turtle. They ended up, they actually didn't get any kills at all as well. So that is a disadvantage for Game X as well. So not looking good so far for Game X. Hopefully they can bounce back and you know, try to get to late game here with the Kagura and the Yuzhong Esme. Alright. The Roger right now not really doing so well in terms of positioning and doing the objectives. Again, Black Bulls with another objective, right? Baksha actually built Blade Armor already, jeez. Blade Armor on Baksha, like, in the first 4 or 5 minutes in the game. I haven't seen that in a while. But here we go, Baksha ulting and trying to zone out. Matilda almost dies to Yuzhong hasn't, but he's gonna get away. Yuzhong trying to go for a knockup, but doesn't hit anything. And the Black Bulls, they're also gonna get the blue buff and GameX. They're really confused right now. I honestly think they don't know what to do right now. Because Black Bulls, they're everywhere, man. The pressure is everywhere. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to defend. Kufra has no pressure at all this whole game. I haven't seen Kufra hit a knockup, something. Or even same with Kagura. I haven't seen Kagura, you know, land a decent ulti combo, a good combo. So, but Black Bulls, they're just doing everything one by one by objective. Let's see here. Hopefully Kufra can get a set here. He really needs one if he wants to win this game. Let's see if he can get one. He is going to use the wind buff right there to just try and check and zone the enemy team. Cooper is going to go for a charge. Will he get anybody? He's going to cancel the charge, the first kill. And the Black Bulls, they want to play patiently and get this turtle. All 3 turtles will go to Black Bulls, by the way. All objectives. And no towers yet for GameX. Nice knockup finally for Kufra, but he didn't even use his ulti and no follow-up for Kufra. Why are you going with no follow-up? You have a decent knockup, but you have nobody to follow up for you. Yuzhong finally using ulti. It's a 4v, it's a freaking 3v4, but it's not enough. Not enough damage for Yuzhong. Again, it's a 1-for-3 trade in favor of Black Bulls. Alright? So not a good trade again for GameX, and it's looking like a really one-sided game here so far, guys. In terms of objectives and kills. And this is not looking good. GameX really needs to clear this minion so that Black Bulls can stop the pressure and push. They just need to chill, try to clear the minions, protect the towers, and you're all good. Hayabusa though, he's just been free farming, and you guys gotta realize that Hayabusa is considered a late game hero, by the way. He's considered a late game hero. So the later the game goes, this Hayabusa is gonna hurt even more. Alright, here we go. Cooper's gonna go for a charge. He finally hits one. Why don't you ulti? Just ulti, bro. You really need a kill. Just ulti. He never ultis. Cooper just runs away. Encourage Maz. Oh my god, I don't know what to say anymore. But here we go. Hayabusa might get a solo kill here on Esme. But then again, Esme, way too tanky. Like I said, right? 1v1. There's no way for Haya to kill the Esme 1v1. He's gonna be way too tanky. There's no way. He needs some help. He needs some Lunox in his life. Alright? Here we go. Black Bulls finally pushing this top lane to try and get another tower here. Black Bulls already got the second tier tower on the bottom, but there's gonna be a teamfight going on here in the middle of the jungle. Finally, a shutdown and double kill for GameX. Getting a trade there. Finally, a trade that is positive for GameX. Finally, they needed something and they made something work. They should be able to push this mid lane unless Yushin Shin can clear this cannon minion, which they did. And they're actually running away, and they're still losing 2v3 here against Baksha and Yushin Shin. And actually, there is still a tower on the bot side of the map. It's just really blurry for me, and it's low HP, so it looks like it's just a little bit. It's like a little minion, but it's still up. But Esmeralda's actually gonna push this top lane here, but I don't even think he's gonna get this tower. No towers yet for the side of GameX. So look at the gold lead for Black Bulls, considering that they did so much objectives. They are at a 5,000 gold lead, which is a pretty, comfy lead right there for Black Bulls. Let's see, the Lord is up. It is a level 1 Lord. And Hayabusa got a solo kill. Actually, it might not be a solo kill. It might have been a 2v1 against he was with a Yushin Shin. Yuzhong was a 2v1 against Hayabusa and Yushin Shin. So yeah, that could work. I think Hayabusa could take on Yuzhong 1v1. But here goes Esme getting 2v1 by Baksha and Matilda. Matilda doesn't do a lot of damage. He does have the support emblem. And he does have the roaming item, by the way. Matilda is the one doing the roaming item. It's supposed to be the other way around, but I mean, they wanted Baksha to be more tanky and more fed, I guess. So it's reasonable for Matilda to get roaming item instead of Baksha. And the first Lord will go to the Black Bulls. GameX, if they want to win this game, I would say that Kufra really needs a good set. And then Yuzhong just follows up with Esme. and the Kagura ulti, and then Roger just cleans up when they're low. That's the only way GameX could win. Alright? Kufra gets a decent set. This one set, bro, is all you need on Yusenshin or Hayabusa. Because their main damage dealer for Black Bulls is Hayabusa and Yusenshin. If both those heroes die, it's gonna be really hard for Black Bulls to win a team fight. Because in most cases, Lunox will only be able to kill one hero after Dark form, right? He's not gonna be able to kill a lot of heroes. He's not a damage over time hero. He's a burst type of hero. So if GameX could manage to try and pick out those two specific heroes, they could win this game. They're gonna try to clear out this Lord first though before they do anything. Cooper charging in doesn't hit anything, but it does zone the enemy, I guess. Yuzhong is gonna try to zone the enemy right here with the dragon as well. So they're using everything to try and save the inhibitor towers, which I don't blame them. But they lost a tower. Actually, they managed to lose the bot lane tower anyway. Matilda going in here, and I think Yusenshin might be a little too greedy here. There's no reason for Black Bulls to stay anymore after getting that bot lane tower. Yuzhong though, a little too overextended. I'm not really sure why he chased the Matilda, bro. Not really sure. And Hayabusa getting a solo ulti here on Kagura. He even managed to use execute on who was that? Was that Roger? Yeah, it is Roger. On Roger, but he didn't manage to kill him. Here goes Roger trying to go for a cleanup on Matilda. He's greedy, jeez. He's really greedy for Matilda. All that greediness for Matilda, I don't really understand. But all right, the TP, the stickers are coming out from Black Bulls. I don't know. I was saying piece of life earlier. It's supposed to be peak of life. I do apologize to the viewers. I'm saying the memes and the stickers and the emotes wrong. It's peak of life, not piece of life. And all the resources will be going to Black Bulls since they do have the map pressure in their favor. And the Lord will be up in 100 seconds. So at least GameX could get some breather for a little bit. Alright, it's gonna be a level. Ooh, finally getting something deep. Yes, I am very proud of you, Kufra. I love you, bro. Thank you. You needed to do that like a long time ago. Oh man, thank you so much, Kufra, for landing a good combo, a first skill ulti combo. You've been doing first skill, second skill ulti. But there we go. We finally see a good set from Kufra. They managed to get one. This is the perfect time for GameX to make something happen. It's going to be really good for GameX to force a team fight because it's a 4v5 and try to pick off Black Bulls one by one. They shouldn't be scared right now. They should be aggressive right now. They should be confident. Play with the numbers. Play confident, Kufra. Go into him. There we go. That's what I like to see, bro. But the Yusenshin will ulti. He's gonna get the vision, and the ulti. Kufra ulti doesn't hit anything. Oh god, and that's gonna be a big mistake right there. I was really hoping for a big set, grand set from Kufra. Double kill coming in from Lunox. And this might be the end of the game. I think Black Bulls might be able to push this with one cannon minion. Let's see. Yuzhong is actually gonna be able to clear it. So it's not the end yet. It's not over yet. I was really hoping for a Kufra set, but he pulled out a, growing as a player right there. Oh my god. Roger trying to go in. He first killed into a Hayabusa. That's very, very dangerous, bro. Oh my god. Roger needs to back away and recall. Matilda going into the base into the fountain. And I think that is GG well played right there. Shin, you could use your passive into the Nexus, bro. But I think they're just disrespecting the enemy at this point. And GG, well played. Congratulations to Black Bulls for winning this game. GameX, thank you guys for participating as well.
Good job to both teams. Well played from both teams. What did you like most from Black Bulls from that game? And what are some things that GameX needs to fix to perform better?
I think GameX needs to play more confidently. They played way too passive, especially that Kufra. There is no pressure from the tank at all, which makes it hard for Roger to position himself. If the tank is scared, your whole team will be scared because you're not going to have any vision at all. For Black Bulls, what they did really well is it's not the best objective team that I've seen today. All right, I've seen better today. All right, but they did decent. All right, it's just I think GameX is just a little too unexperienced right now for Black Bulls, and that's why Black Bulls they pulled out the win right here. It was a little messy in the early game, but towards mid game, it was a lot cleaner, right?
Yes, I do agree. GameX, Kufra, you need to things you need to fix is you need to engage more, land your ult. The team is waiting for you, so if you're playing passive, most likely your team is playing passive as well. But even when he was landing his stun, even when they got the double kill top lane and he ulted there, they got a double kill. Even when he jumped on Hayabusa, they burst down Hayabusa really quick. So just play more aggressive. And then Black Bulls team fights were a little bit messy, but you know what? They pulled it together and got the win.
Yep. Before we move on, by the way, I just want to remind the viewers, please be respectful to all the teams, by the way. Let's not be toxic in chat. Let's support all the teams that are participating in this tournament, because I'm seeing a little bit of toxicity in the chat. We should not be doing that. Win or lose, just support the team that you support, all right? You don't need to bash any other team, all right? Just let's not be less toxicity. That's all I ask for, guys. Thank you guys for watching though and supporting Pika and the the NACC tournament here. Make sure to subscribe and like the video, by the way. There's 1,000 of you watching and there's only 900 likes. Make sure to hit that thumbs up.
So next game, guys, it's your team favorite. We have Gosu next match versus Las Mariachillas. It'll be a good game. Stay tuned. Try to be back in 5 minutes. In the codes.
team is banning.
So here we go, guys. We have your favorite team Gosu versus Los Mariachis.
Your team is
Man,
banning.
so this is what the fans have been waiting for. I don't want to say it. It might be too cringy. It might be too cringy if I say it.
I think you might have to do it. I think you might have to do it. Ex-Gosu member.
Gosu time! Alright, Los Mariachis here. I've never
Your
heard of them
team
before,
is
but this is
banning.
a new roster of Gosu, which I haven't seen as well. I only know Jen and
Your team is
Zultra. That's
banning.
about it. So I don't really know the other members. But again, people really don't like Diggy in this region, huh?
Yes, like I'm telling you, like we do see a lot of Diggy bans, and so far every game he has been banned.
Yeah, he has been banned in all the matches so far. Selena being banned here for the Los Mariachis. Jawhead is also banned for Gosu, these are common bans so far, nothing special. Benedetta's still open, Uranus is still open, Eve is still open. Many options here. Paquito is still open, let's not forget about him. Last time we forgot about him in the draft. But this time, definitely not going to do that. So what do you expect from Gosu here? Has General been only playing marksman
team
as well?
is banning.
Well, you said Zane was playing alpha, but other than that, has General only been playing marksman jungler?
From what I've seen, yes, he has been focusing on the marksman jungler. He has been focusing more on the meta and focusing on the meta picks and the meta bans. So we could expect them to copy C server a little bit and see like a meta pick from Gosu's side.
I see. Well, I do know
Your
that
team is banning.
James sometimes helps. If you guys don't know who James is, used to be the coach for RQ,
Your
Indo.
team is picking.
He actually helps General from here and there to coach the Gosu and tell them the errors that his team makes. So that could help as well. So let's see if they manage to try and imitate the C server meta. But Uranus
Your
getting
team
first
is
pick
picking.
here for Gosu already. So yeah, very prioritized here, Uranus. What do you think about Uranus here as first pick? Is that worth it?
Compared to other picks, I think Uranus puts a lot of pressure. You could see Uranus cutting waves and putting pressure on the waves. I think they're trying to play the early game and try to end this game as soon as possible, because it is best out of one and they don't want to hold back.
Yeah, definitely. Again, on a best out of one, we don't want to underestimate
Your
any
team is
teams,
picking.
even though you don't know them. There's gonna be Esmeralda, which is a really good pick, by the way, against Uranus. Esmeralda definitely is good against Uranus. The only problem with that is you guys are probably just gonna chase each other around because both those heroes have so much sustain. And Farsa is also gonna be picked here for Los Mariachis for burst on the Uranus. But what do you think about the Uranus versus Esme matchup, Pika? Is that a stalemate, or who has the advantage?
To be honest, I think it's kind of stalemate. It depends how both of them play. But you could see them both playing aggressive and cutting waves and rotating a lot.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I expect to see here. And lo, my God, there goes the Bruno, the soccer man, will be locked in here for General. So I'm surprised they didn't go for a Rafaela Bruno combo. They went for a Natalia here, which is, I mean, it's really good against
Your
a
team is
Farsa.
banning.
Natalia is really good against Farsa. But I think Los Mariachis, their draft is gonna get affected here because of that Nat pick. Alright, so I don't expect them to pick like a Claude, Wan, and all that stuff. So yeah, what do you think about what can Los Mariachis do to avoid getting countered by Nat?
That is a super really annoying. For tanks, maybe they could pick a Jawhead's banned, sorry. Even Popo and Koopa
Your
just to give
team is
vision,
banning.
it would be a really good pick.
Yeah,
They just need to avoid not going in the bushes and just get vision in the bush.
Your team
Wait,
is
you did say,
banning.
is that a Rafaela band that I see right there for Gosu?
Yes.
It's a little blurry here, sorry, I apologize. But yeah, it is a Rafaela band here. It's a Benedetta band for Los Mariachis. Wow, nobody likes playing Benedetta in this region. Jeez. In C region, they always first pick that hero. But alright, this is quite new to me. But it's alright, each region has their own meta. Let's not forget that. So let's see how they execute it. Who else is open? Eve as well. We've only seen one Eve so far,
Your
and that was
team is
Simpsons
banning.
who's used the Eve.
Yes.
There we go. Talking about Eve, it's banned. There we go. Who else is open? Jeez, I'm like blanking out right now. Who
So-
else is gonna get banned here?
So what Las Mariachi needs is they still need a hyper and they still need a tank, and that's something that they don't have yet. You can maybe see even like a Roger ban or even a tank who's super annoying, Savannah, maybe. And there you have it. They banned
Oh.
Claude.
They banned Claude. All right. Although they do have the Nat, I don't. Well, okay, it's their ban, but I don't think it's reasonable because I actually would want Los Mariachis to draft Claude because you have a Nat, right? Usually when you pick Nat, you're comfortable against marksmans. But it is Gosu's draft. Let's see what they have in mind. And you did say there are some teams that play Natalia tank, so there is a possibility that Gosu could still pick another support here.
They still need another side, and then they still need a support. And who do you think we're gonna see here?
Oh man, Lunox is actually a really good pick against Hylos and S-Man. Yeah, just full burst. Like I said earlier, was it 2 games ago? I'm not quite sure. But Lunox counters really high sustain heroes like S-Man and Hylos. So super good pick there. And Bane! Oh god!
Could this be the first
tentacle
time we see
monster.
Bane in the tournament?
Really? Well, Bane is really strong right now. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yes,
of the
I
best
do
gold
agree.
diggers in the game. Very, very scary right now. He already got nerfed.
And there you go.
He got nerfed again.
Team is picking.
And there you have it. They did lock in Bane.
Yeah, he got nerfed, but he's still super, super strong. The burst, if you build a mage, jeez, it is just flicker, ulti, and then the second skill, you can burst out an Esmeralda. It is crazy insane with full build. And the Roger gets locked in though. I think Roger would have been a better ban rather than Claude, to be honest, earlier. But it's alright. Let's see. Who do you think won the draft, Pika, according to this?
I really like Gosu's draft. They have a Natalia who could counter Farsa. They have burst damage, Bruno, Lunox, or even Bane to burst down Hylos and Esmeralda. So I really expect Gosu to win this one.
Yeah, a lot of people are really questioning the Bane pick according to the chat. But let me tell you, even though Bane got nerfed, he's still very strong, alright? I've experienced a lot of Banes in our scrimmages. He's still very scary. Do not underestimate a nerf Bane. And here we go again, guys. If you guys are just tuning in, this is Gosu versus Los Mariachis, and it is a best of 1. All right. In the how do you want to say this? Quarterfinals, or let's just call it group stages, I guess. But I believe tomorrow it's gonna be a best of 3. Is that correct, Pico? Let me just clarify.
Yes, tomorrow it will start being the best of 3.
Alright, there you go. Tomorrow it's gonna be best of 3, so it's gonna be more intense. It's gonna be harder for teams to secure wins. But yeah, looks like Gosu, they are gonna be able to. Wow. Okay, so Los Mariachis, they went 3 people mid, but they ended up not going for Litho. Usually when you go 3 people mid, you go for Litho, but they didn't do it. Alright. They just gave it to 2 people, whatever. But Hylos is here to, I don't know. He's here to wave clear with the Farsa instead of helping the Roger. But alright, it's alright. Let's see what they have in mind. Bruno has been farming pretty freely, and I think what Natalia is trying to do is to try to take advantage of the weak early game of Lapu Lapu and try to give as much opening to Uranus as much as possible. And right here, if I was Natalia, honestly, if you see a Hylos and the Farsa farming at the same time, if I'm Natalia, I would go to the jungler right away and distract them. But in this case, I think Zultra is focusing too much on the Uranus, because right now, he's just a walking ward. Alright, if I were to give advice to Gosu, I would advise the Natalia to distract the Roger instead of, just walking around doing nothing. But right here, Natalia trying to get a pick off on the Uranus. They did, sorry, did I say Uranus? It's a Lapu Lapu. On Lapu Lapu, they did manage to, almost kill the Lapu Lapu. And look at Los Mariachis doing a 4-man gank top lane. First blood coming from Natalia on the bot side though. And the turtle will be up for Gosu right there. But yeah, here we go. This should be a free turtle, by the way, because majority of the players for Los Mariachis are gonna be on the top side of the map. They did not get ready for the turtle. one important thing for teams, especially if you want to become a professional team, guys, is to time correctly. Every 2 minutes, the turtle will spawn, and you better be ready. Your tank better be ready for vision to take the turtle right away. All right, it's very important. Timing is very, very important. But yeah, we see Gosu. They are a more experienced team, so we're seeing that experience come into play. Farsa trying to poke out General by avoiding this blue buff, but nice zone from Lunox right there, bursting out this Hylos with the Lunox. Like I said earlier, Lunox is a good counter. Oh, there goes the peak of life emote from Eugen. Lapu Lapu going into 1v4. All right, let's see if he can get a kill though. He does get a kill on the Natalia, so, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. I really don't know if that was worth it, because even if Lapu Lapu ended up getting a kill there, there's just no objectives available for Los Mariachis. All right, one advice for Los Mariachis, I guess, or to any team really, because my team does this too. When people are trying to go for, oh my god, look at, people keep saying Bane is nerfed. Look at that damage. Tell me that is nerfed. Please tell me that's nerfed. There's a peak of life again from Eugen. Jeez, tell me that's nerfed. There goes Kosei though, getting ganked by Roger and Hylos. I don't think they have enough damage for this. Bruno with the kick, and the balls is bouncing around on Roger's face, and Hylos, he doesn't have follow-up. He's gonna die, and I think Lunox has Dark Form. Oh man, Roger, you better pray for your life. Nice silence and nice follow-up from Natalia and Lunox right there. Esmeralda, oh man, look at this bullying that Gosu is doing. They're just showing the experience that they have over this team, and it's definitely showing. Not to be biased, it's definitely showing, guys. Not to be biased. I know I used to be former Gosu, but just looking at the way they play, the experience is right there. All right, right there. It's not perfect for Gosu. I will admit it's definitely not the perfect gameplay, but they're definitely bullying this team right now. And another turtle. They're already ready for the turtle. As you can see, they're timing it. Everything is timed. Right, very important. If you want to be professional team. Hylos out of position again. Oh my god, getting bursted by Lunox again. He doesn't want to do that, knowing that they have a Lunox on the other side, on Gosu's side. Lapu Lapu trying to zone out and try to get Bruno though. Nice micro play from General with the Bruno. And here we go. And nice, oh, I'm not really sure why General went in. He could have gone away, but it's alright. It's a 2-for-3 trade with the turtle, and Roger's gonna die as well, so it's a 3-for-2 trade in favor of Gosu still. Alright. A little risky play from General dashing in like that, because he could have gotten away, to be honest. But again, there's still a positive trade, so it doesn't matter at this point. Natalia trying to get a poke in. Oh, look at this burst again from Natalia and Lunox. This, you can see the chemistry here happening from Eugen and Nat. Nice chemistry from Zultra and Lunox, by the way. Very well played. As soon as he silenced, Lunox dark form, so he cannot run away or flicker or anything. I mean, only Lapu has flicker, but either way, you know, it's very good to synergize your skills when you're trying to gank someone, or when you're trying to pick somebody off. Let's see, Zultra trying to go for another kill here on Esmeralda. Can they burst him out? Let's see. Here we go. Silence. Oh, oh, there goes the burst. There goes the Bruno nerf. Did I say Bruno nerf? Bane nerf. Jeez. People keep saying Bane is nerf. He's weak. Nobody picks him anymore. Look how strong Bane is still. One ulti is half health of Esmeralda. Tell me that's not broken. And there goes the Lunox dark form again. He doesn't have a front line, so Eugen needs to back away. Very well disciplined from Eugen right there, not forcing any kills at all. But we see Uranus really causing a distraction here on the bottom side. All right, man, seeing all these new members of Gosu, and General used Retribution and Esme so he can slow him down. The Purify is going to be way too late, and that's going to be another kill coming into Gosu's side. Farsa's going to ulti. I'm not sure if he has any, he has enough damage to kill anyone, and this is not looking good for Los Mariachis right now. It is a 15-3 score line, and Gosu, they're ahead of almost 6,000-7,000 gold. Another turtle. All the turtles, all the towers have been Gosu so far, and there goes the nerf Bane. Another kill for Natalia. This Natalia has been synchronizing his skills really well with the Bane and the Lunox. Oh my god, Gosu getting a little bit greedy right there, but it's alright. None of them died. There you go, another tower for Gosu. And it's really looking like another one-sided game here so far, guys. And there's not much happening right now for Los Mariachis side, because the problem with the Los Mariachis side, guys, is they don't really have a play-making type of hero. They have a Hilo, who's more of like a sustained frontline hero. You know, they don't have anybody to play. Oh my god, there goes the Lapu. That's a playmake right there, but it's not enough damage. The Bane's second skill is just, the heal is too much. Oh, the Rogers. Oh my god, the Rogers just got face planted by the ball in the face. Look at that damage from Bruno. He's so fed. And there is the snowball from General. He is 8-1-6. I mean, as expected. Look at his items. Berserker's Fury, Jungle item 3rd tier, attack speed boost almost into. Oh, he just built the Endless Battle. He's gonna hurt even more. And look at the Bane, Clock of Destiny, and Lightning Truncheon right away. That's definitely gonna hurt. And he's about to build like Holy Crystal or Divine Glaive maybe. Jeez. And the good thing for Lunox here, Lunox did not build Lightning Truncheon right away. Lunox built Necklace of Durance first to counter the Esme and the Hylos, which is super good. Itemization on point from Lunox right there. Very well played. Right? It's a small detail, but it's something that we should all appreciate. Another synchronized game from Natalia and Lunox. This too, the chemistry from this too is just insane. Oh man. Natalia silenced Lunox burst right away. It doesn't even give any chance to the enemy team to react. But here we go, Farsa doing his best to clear out these minions. Uranus going into the 1v4. He's very, very low. Oh my god! They just got hit by a freaking wave of tentacles right there, killing everybody. Tell me that's not strong Bane. Tell me that's a nerf Bane. Why do people keep saying question mark Bane? Jeez, that is a broken hero if I could say so. Oh my god, I think Gosu wants to end this in 9 minutes and they might pull out the fastest game of the day so far. Fastest game of the day. BTK ended in 10 minutes. Gosu ended in 9. Oh, just kidding. It's not over yet. Can they end it in under 10 minutes to kind of top? You know, it's just a little competition. Even though it's a one-sided, I don't think they can end it. I don't know. I don't think. Oh, they ended it under 10 minutes, and that is gonna be the fastest win of the day. Very well played, Gosu. Congratulations, and Los Mariachis, thank you for participating in the tournament.
Yes, thank you from both teams. Really well played from Gosu. You could tell right off the bat they were really synchronized, and every skill shot that they land, they're really together every single time.
Yeah, very surprised with the Zultra and Eugen chemistry. Very well, how do you say this? Like I said, synchronized. The ganks were on point. The only problem that I had with Gosu earlier was the fact that Natalia was overstaying on bot lane. But other than that, Gosu played a pretty clean game. Super clean, I would say. But yeah, congratulations, and I hope to see more of that from Gosu. Alright, G4 to everyone, by the way.
So just gonna take a 5-minute break, guys. Next game we have Lunastra versus S2 Esports. Stay tuned.
team is banning.
Alright guys, so we are back with another game. It's gonna be Lunastra and S2 Esports.
Your team is banning.
Right, so I don't know. Pika, are you unmuted? Are you here?
Hello? Yep, I'm here.
There we go, there we go. I thought I couldn't hear you again. I was just making sure, bro. And I wasn't trolling you earlier, bro.
No, it's all good. I understand. It's a lot of typical difficulties today, but hopefully we get them fixed tonight and then it'll be a lot better tomorrow.
There we go. I don't know
Your
both
team
these
is
teams, so I
banned.
don't know what to expect. Do you know what to expect here?
You might know Apple. Her name, they changed her name a lot, so you might know Apple Alexa 201. She is a girl player on S2 Esports. On the left side there, I think their team is from Mexico, so I'm not too sure about their team. But hopefully we see a good game from both teams.
Yeah, definitely have heard of Apple, one of the top players there in NA. We see a Jawhead ban here from Nasser side. We see an Alice ban here from the S2 Esports side. So pretty common draft so far. Nothing too special. Nothing surprising.
Your
There you go.
team is banning.
Another Popol ban. So that's been 2 Popol bans. Actually, BTK banned Popol earlier as well. So now Lunastra's banning Popol. What do you think about a Popol
Your
ban? Do you
team
think
is
he deserves a ban?
It depends if the other team has a good Popo player. I think it's a more of a respect ban in kind of way than more of like a meta ban. So S2 Esports are West players. They do play a lot of Popo side. Popo and Pupa.
Your team
I see.
is
That's
banning.
why. Okay, so understandable. So it looks like Lunastra, they've been doing their research before going into this tournament. And Paquito gets banned, so that's someone that we expected to get a seat in the bans list. Claude gets banned on S2 side, so so far it looks like they're banning a lot of marksmen here. I think there's still Uranus, there's still Benedetta, there's still Nesme, really a lot. Mathilda as well, Selena, so many heroes open. But if I'm on S2 side, I would be happy because they're gonna get 2 OP heroes if they open up, a lot of heroes here. But yeah, what do you expect the last ban is gonna be?
There's still a lot of good heroes up. We could even see, like even a sideline like Benedetta ban or even Esmeralda, and there you go. There we have it. We have a Natalia ban.
Oh man, how could I forget? The only hero that I didn't mention got banned. There you go, Natalia ban, and there's the Benedetta. Finally a Benedetta. Jeez, getting first pick, so Lunastra might be doing a little bit of their research, but Selena will get picked here with the Mathilda, so 2 power picks as well. Like I said, a lot of heroes open for S2 Esports. From what it looks like, this Mathilda is going to be playing POS 5, which is going to be the tank, and then Selena is going to be playing POS 4, which is going to be support. But to counter that, let's see. Maybe Eve is still open. What's a good counter to Selena Mathilda draft? What do you think, Pika?
One of them was Natalia, but it was banned. So another pick could be anywhere from a tank or even Rafaela to dodge the
Your
stuns.
team is picking.
I see. So they locked in Rafaela right there,
Your
but it's
team
not a
is
Rafaela with a
banning.
Bruno. It's a Rafaela with a Yeast and Shin. So that's something that we don't usually see often. That's being used in a combo. We'll see how it goes. I've never seen it happen. I've never seen that combo myself in a tournament. So we're about to see. Uranus does get picked by S2 Esports here. All 3 power picks from S2 Esports. So in the first phase of the draft, who do you think won? Just in the first phase.
So
Your
far,
team is
I like
banning.
S2 Esports picks and bans. They have a Selena, Mathilda, and Uranus. They have a really good early game that they could put pressure on. So hopefully we could see them put it to the
Your
test as
team
well.
is banning.
Yep, I do agree with you. I think S2 Esports does have the edge on the draft so far as well. Roger gets banned, so now Lunastra, I think they're trying to focus on banning cores right now, junglers. So I think Lancelot would be a pretty decent ban here. Granger, maybe even Bruno, to be honest. Bruno could be a decent ban here. Someone that could do objectives early game. It would be harder for S2 Esports to secure objectives if they have a late game jungler like
Your
Ling,
team is
or
banning.
well, Claude got banned. I was gonna say Claude. Esmeralda gets banned here though, so that their Mathilda and their Uranus doesn't get countered. So super good draft from S2 Esports. All the bans are reasonable. What do you think this last ban's gonna be, Pika, for Lunastra?
So S2, what they still need is a hyper. We could maybe see a Ling ban or even a Lancelot ban. And also, they might need another side lane. So who is still up for sides? We still have Lapu, we still have Kali that we might see. Or even Baksha might be one as well.
Oh yeah, Baksha could definitely be it as well.
Your team
Oh, but you know what? You know what would be really good for S2? A Wan. Wan is super good against Benedetta. That is one of the heroes that actually could counter Benedetta, by the way. Or who else? Or even Brody. Brody's okay, not the best. I think Wan is better against Benedetta. But anything range, Marksman really counters Benedetta. If in the laning phase at least, Alright, but let's see what S2 Esports will pick here. Oh, no way. Please don't tell me you're gonna pick Gwyn. Here we go. It looks like they're hovering Yu Zhang. They're kind of changing things up. And for Lunastra draft, Pika, what do you think those last two picks are gonna be for Lunastra?
So I don't know if that's a Raph support or Raph tank, but they could also need another. They need a front line right now. That's for sure. So we could see a Basher that plays against side lane against the Uranus. And there you go. They locked in Yu Zhang right there.
Okay, Yu Zhang, a lot of sustain. And I forgot about Hayabusa. Hayabusa is actually pretty decent against Benedetta as well, by the way. Since even if Benedetta like ultis out,
Your team is
Hayabusa will follow that Benedetta all the way through with the ulti. And Farsa with the range, so it is a tank. Rafaela, like you said, like you guessed. So very nice prediction there from Pika. It's gonna be a Farsa support. And for this last pick, they still need they need a jungler, of course. And there's the link that you were talking about earlier, which is gonna be I don't know. I'm kind of worried about S2 Esports early game because their jungler is gonna be a late game. So the only way Lunastra could win this is if they really take objectives and play aggressive early game. So based on draft, who do you think won, Pika?
So far, I think Lunastra has a better draft. They could rotate really well with Rafaela, and they could play really aggressive and poke really well with Farsa. Ling was a really good pick because since it could get Farsa and Rafaela really quick. Sorry about that. I had to switch it.
Yep, no problem. I do have to agree with you because they had a Hayabusa for a late game. I think it would have been better for S2 Esports to pick a jungler that's more of an early game, like Lancelot. Lancelot was still available, not picked. Or even Granger Harley, something like that. That's early game oriented. Now that they have a jungler that's a late game hero and a gold laner that's also a late game hero, it's gonna be really hard for S2 Esports to secure any objectives unless Selena could snowball with the Mathilda. But let's see how they're gonna make this work. Alright, I do agree with you. Lunastra has a more balanced draft. Alright, they have an early game, plus they have a late game. That's the good thing about the draft of Lunastra. But it looks like Mathilda is distracting the Season Shin from taking his blue buff. And he actually managed to reset the blue buff. So it's buying a lot of time. So well played. That little small detail right there from Mathilda. Very well played. Mathilda even going for the red buff. You can see the orange buff in Mathilda. Let's see if he's gonna be if he's gonna manage to invade this. They're low. Look at this. Yisenshin is Rafaela is low. That's not Yisenshin. But here we go. Rafaela's gonna try to play aggressive. So that first blood already coming in for the Farsa. So the Mathilda just got way too overextended and Farsa just got the last hit. Very well played from Lunastra so far. Yisenshin managed to stay calm, did not panic at all, even after the invade. So very well played right there. Yisenshin already ulted. Wow, Mountain Shocker right away as soon as he got level 4 to try and help out the side lanes if anything. But Uranus is definitely winning his lane so far against this Yu Zhang. But that is understandable. Early game Uranus I would say is better, is stronger than Yu Zhang early. So Yu Zhang Once Yuzhong gets level 4, it's definitely gonna change. Oh my god, there goes the Selena, that early game that I was talking about. The only way that S2 Esports could secure the objectives here if Selena could snowball. And nice passive kill right there on the Mathilda with the Yuzhong. Uranus needs to run away. And the Yi Shin, they're actually gonna be able to get the turtle here, but they're not doing it. Why? Why though? You managed to kill one guy that's about to spawn. Yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't do turtle, but alright. It's fine, it's fine. I guess they're just playing it super safe. And look at the Hayabusa doing a 1v1 against this Benedetta. And Benedetta really abusing this Hayabusa right now. Look at this! Execute! Wow! And there you go, get the sticker out. Very well played from Benedetta. And they finally have the advantage right here for the S2 Esports side. Selena missing a point-blank stun. He's in front of you, but you still miss. I don't understand. He's been waiting there for centuries, and he still missed the stun. But alright, okay, another missed stun. Nice dodge though from Rafaela. Nice heal to get some movement speed. No mana from Uranus, so I don't see them. I don't see S2 Esports contesting for this turtle right here. But look at this. Yuzhong is almost dead. He's 1 HP. Nice kill from Hayabusa right there. The Ling is gonna get a knockup and double kill from the S2 Esports side. And oh my god, they're so low on the Lunastra side. And this is managed to get away. Mathilda is still going for more. And it's a turtle for 2 kills. Not bad. I would say that's pretty even. Oh, Yi Shin charging up the second skill. He's gonna miss because of the Mathilda dash, but the red buff is still up for Yi Shin. Gonna use his ulti for some vision, and now that he knows where the enemies are at, he is free to do his red buff freely. This Rafaela is doing a pretty decent job peeling this Yi Shin. He's been farming really comfortably right now. But so far, the gold lead will go to... they're about the same, to be honest with you. S2 Esports is a little bit ahead, even if Lunastra has more kills, and even if they manage to get the turtle. Alright, so that just means maybe the side lane is doing better than the enemy side lane. The enemy... Why did I say enemy? They're both playing in different teams. But alright, Uranus is definitely bullying that Yuzhong on the top lane. I think he's been getting a lot of the golden shield on that top side. Oh, he hasn't. Look at the golden shield, it's almost full. So I'm not really sure why S2 Esports is still ahead. Rafaela going for a stun right there to peel the Yi Shin. Very nice protection right there from the Raph. If I'm Yi Shin, I would be happy right now. Look at Uranus almost dead, but he's gonna be able to get away with the second kill shield. And there goes the Benedetta using his ulti to clear out the minion wave and rotate as fast as possible. Oh, Hayabusa though, messing up the shadow. I'm not really sure. Oh, he ulted right away without using Shuriken. Jesus. Do you not know how to use your passive? And there goes the Yi Shin getting a kill on Uranus. Usually, when you're a Hayabusa, you want to hit your Shuriken first so that your ulti hurts even more. Especially when Benedetta is alone. But still, he managed to get a Benedetta killed because he got a gank. And the turtle is going to be up for S2 Esports. This should be either a free turtle or a free tower for S2 Esports. Ling did manage to push the bot lane, but... they traded a mid lane tower. A mid lane tower for a bot lane tower. I'll take the mid lane tower any day. Alright, it just gives you more map pressure if you take the mid lane tower. But here's the turtle. It is up. Let's see who's going to be able to get this. Selena definitely needs to put a little bit more vision in the around the map. Because right now they're lacking vision. Considering that they're a pretty squishy draft. And Yi Shin is actually going to secure this turtle with the retribution. Hayabusa already ulting, and nice knockup from Yuzhong. Very well timed on that Hayabusa. He did not manage to shadow out because of that knockup. I don't know if it was luck or if it was like all planned out. I think he calculated that thing. Seriously, Yuzhong, really nice knockup right there. And another objective from Lunastra here. This is the closest game we have so far. It's like a back to, you know, both teams are trading each other's objectives. And this is what I like to see. It's not a one-sided game anymore. It's more of a 50-50. You really don't know who's ahead and who's winning. But look at the Yuzhong going here on the Uranus. And Uranus being forced to flicker out. So no spell, no flicker for 120 seconds. Yi Shin here getting the blue buff. The turtle will spawn soon. Or, yep, the turtle will spawn soon. So they might want to get ready for it. We see Benedetta and Hayabusa still doing a 1v1 bot lane, but he's gonna get ganked. Benedetta is in big trouble here. He's gonna ulti out, he's 1 HP, and he's gonna die too. Mathilda right there, very nice Very nice gank from S2 Esports. But let's see, how can Lunastra trade that kill that they got, that they lost on the bottom side of the map? Hayabusa definitely pushing this bot lane super quickly. And this Hayabusa player, his name looks really familiar. I'm not really sure if that's the Dragneel I know, but hopefully he is. But he looks really familiar. His name just sounds familiar to me. Mathilda is looking overextended here. Jesus, why is he all the way there? There's no blue buff. There's nothing in that side of the map. Why is he there? I'm really not sure, but Hayabusa is definitely trading a bottom lane tower here, and I think Benedetta is gonna be here to defend it though, so he's good to go. Yeah, that was like what happened moment, right? Mathilda was just really out of position. There's nothing to do there. I think he was just trying to give vision maybe, but it's just way too overextended. There's no blue buff at all. And he just got stuck there in the blue buff spawn. Turtle has been slain by Lunastra again. So in terms of turtle kills, Lunastra has been doing really good since, like I said, they do have the better early game, and their draft is just better when it comes to taking objective. Lane gonna go for a knock up on the Eastern Shin right there, and this is not good for the Lunastra side. They're being cleaned up by the late game Ling. And the Benedetta though, look at the Benedetta on the bottom side. Split pushing. Can he get this tower? Let's see. And I think he might be able to. Yes, he will be able to. So it's a not bad. 3 deaths for a tower. I'll take it. Objective over kills for me. Alright, objective over kills for me. Not to be biased, but that's just my how do you say this? My rule of thumb. I always want to take objective over kills. So S2 Esports, actually the goal lead is really close to each other. Again, it's a 50-50 game. Farsa gets a kill on Selena. Not sure how, but it was a solo kill on Selena right there with a Farsa. Probably just got stunned by Farsa first skill and then just bursted out with the ulti. Uranus so far though, I'm really trying to find more from Uranus because he's been on this top side for so long, but he hasn't put enough pressure to split push all the way to that second tier tower. But then again, he has been getting ganked constantly. Here we see Yu Zhang. They finally switched lanes, by the way. Benedetta is now on the top side since the second tier tower on the bottom side is already down. So this is just basic logic or common sense for Lunastra side. Small detail that we all should appreciate. Knowing that Benedetta already pushed 2 towers on the bot side, it's time for him to move on to the top side. But never mind, he wants to get a kill on the bot side first. But after that, he's most likely going to go to the top side and split push on the top side to get that second tier tower. So just basic game sense, to be honest, that we should all appreciate. The blue buff is up. Selena's not going to hit a stun. I was really hoping that Selena could make more plays here, to be honest. Right now, I haven't seen Selena really land like some insane stuns. If you want to draft Selena into your team, you really want to have a Selena that's really good at predicting where the enemies are gonna be. But look at this, Mathilda going in. Yu Zhang is forced to use the dragon killing spree coming in from Ling, and the ulti to back away and retreat. This is looking good for S2 Esports because heading to the late game, the later the game goes, the more S2 Esports will get stronger because they have the Hayabusa and they have the Ling. And just like that, even though Lunastra was doing good objectively in the early stages of the game, S2 Esports, they're still at an advantage and they're taking this Lord. First level Lord though. Alright? So it's still gonna be easy to clear. Knowing that Lunastra, they have a Farsa who has the Feather Edge, right? They have a Benedetta ulti who wave clears really well. So yeah, this should be an easy defense for Lunastra if it's a level 1 Lord, which it is. So here we go. Eastern Shin taking the red buff. Let's see how S2 Esports will take advantage of this level 1 Lord. Do they know how to freeze the lane? Do they know how to put all the lanes pushed together? Let's see. Uranus is going to be split pushing this top lane. Barely any mana right there, but I'm pretty sure he does have Enchanted Talisman, so he should have a mana regen from what I can see. Ling though is pushing this mid lane, and of course Hayabusa split pushing that bot lane to get those towers. Let's see if they can clear it, and pretty easy clear in the mid lane. The Lord is pushing top lane. Let's see. The Benedetta ulting so that the Lord gets bursted right away. Nice. Oh, nice stun from Selena so that he can stop the feathered airstrike right there. And like I said, right? Like I said, it should be an easy wave clear for Lunastra, knowing that they have a Benedetta wave clear and a Farsa feather airstrike. They only managed to give away one tower with a level 1 Lord. That's pretty good. I'll be proud of that if I'm Lunastra, right? I'll be proud of that. But then again, it's still not a good look because Hayabusa is now into the late game and Ling is now into the late game. So they're still at a disadvantage, even though they managed to defend it. Alright, so it's still not good for Lunastra's side. It's really favoring S2 Esports right now. Let's see. Will S2 Esports freeze the lane and wait for the next Lord? Most likely that's what they'll do. And it looks like that is what they're doing. As you can see, Hayabusa not wave clearing anything at bot lane. Ling is just trying to give some vision, I guess. And Uranus not clearing anything at all. He's just waiting for the minions to die. So they're freezing the lane. Same at mid lane. Look, oh, actually they're clearing it. So I guess they're not freezing the lane so much. Let's see if Ling can get any pickup here. Farsa's gonna go for an ulti for vision. Nothing happening so far right now. The blue buff is up, but I think Isenshin should be able to secure this pretty easily. Hayabusa is just giving some vision and playing it patiently. If someone overextends and makes an error by mispositioning themselves, Hayabusa is ready for that. Isenshin is very low though. So I think the best thing to do for Lunastra here is to get a pick off. But the problem is with Lunastra draft, they don't have a lot of crowd control, alright, to pick people off. The only crowd control they have is the Rafaela ulti, which is going to be hard to land. The only way you can land a Rafaela ulti is if you're point blank to the enemy. A Farsa stun, but that's also hard to land, right? So it's not like you don't have a setter on your team. That's the problem with their draft. But for S2 Esports, they have a setter on Mathilda ulti and Selena stun, alright? But other than that, Link could set for himself, honestly, because Link could just go in or ulti out and retreat and dash away. So that's the good part about the S2 Esports. Plus, they're stronger in the later stage of the game with the Hayabusa and Link. Same with Uranus. It's gonna be really hard for Lunastra to burst out this Uranus. They don't have any DPS, they don't have enough DPS to kill the Uranus as soon as he gets full build. So we see Uranus right here, anti-Cuirass. Oracle. Uranus actually did not build Enchanted Talisman. He built Winter Truncheon. No Enchanted Talisman for Uranus. But look at the lane, almost full build. No boots, about to get Immortality. Also Hayabusa, about to get Immortality. And what else we see here? Benedetta, Brute Force Bloodlust. Isenshin is almost full build as well. He's about to build Demon Hunter Sword or Wind of Nature. Farsa does have Necklace of Durance though, so that helps to burst out the Uranus, I guess. Other than that, it's still pretty even. It's anyone's game right now, but it's leaning more to S2 Esports side. Let's see what Lunastra will do here to contest this Lord. I think they have to contest it. The dragon is going to be wasted right away. If I'm Lunastra, I would go for the Lord instead. But who's going to retreat? Ling is going to end up securing that Lord. Who's going to win this team fight? Ling is still going in even after they got the Lord. And the shutdown coming in on the Farsa. Selena finally getting a kill there. And I think greediness for Uranus. They don't really have to chase here. But he still managed to live with a Winter Truncheon. He literally grew as a player. Jeez, Uranus. Learning from the god himself, Honda Beast, with a Winter Truncheon Uranus. I haven't seen Uranus with Winter Truncheon ever. This is my first time seeing Winter Truncheon on Uranus. But it worked. Hey, it worked. Hayabusa though, pushing with this Lord on the bot side of the map. And we see Ling right here. He's fed. He hasn't died at all. He's been playing safe. But the good part about that is they know their win condition. Yes, Lunastra was winning early game by getting all the turtles. But S2 Esports, they played it patiently and they played to their win condition. They knew that once they get late game, they're gonna be able to win this game. Will this be the end for Lunastra? Let's see. They did manage to wave clear and the base is 1 HP and that is gonna be GG well played. Congratulations to S2 Esports for moving on. And Lunastra, thank you for participating in the tournament. GG, well played. Pika, are you there?
Yeah, just give me a sec. Hold on. Oh, my battery showed up. That's what happened.
Yeah, your battery low.
Just give it.
Give us 1 second, guys. His battery can't take it. I think he has a. Do you have a Asus ROG? Is that what I think it is?
No, it's a Red Magic 5G.
Oh, that's a pretty good phone too. But yeah, there we go. All gold on on the S2 Esports side. Very well played. Met their win condition. To be honest, Lunastra didn't play bad. They didn't play bad. It's just that the draft just favored S2 Esports in the later stages of the game. What do you think about that game, Pico? What can you say?
I think it was a little messy in the beginning. Even though S2 was putting a little bit of pressure, they did get caught a couple times, which put Lunastra in the game and feeding Yinsanshin. So, in my opinion, it was a little messy, but then they got together, they got Lord, they froze Wave, and then they kept on doing the same thing. Even that last team fight at Lord, Ling was more focused on the objective and got Lord, and then focused on the team fight right after.
Yep, definitely messy early game. But yeah, like I said, they were struggling early game on the objectives because Ling needed to farm. He needed more items. But as soon as he got it, oh man, Ling was just playing really well, just playing it safe, no deaths given to Ling. But yeah, will there be more any games? What are the upcoming games that are?
So yes,
coming up?
there is 2 more. So there is 9 o'clock, who's supposed to be playing at 9 o'clock. My apologies that we're late. They're playing Limit next game. And then also we have Team Rockstars, who plays TSU for the last game of the day.
I see. So there's still a couple matches coming up, guys. And I think we'll take a break. Is that correct?
Yep, we'll take like a 5-minute break and then we'll be right back.
take your soul. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
give me too much chances. I don't care if I am fancy brighter. Yeah, oh boy, I'm telling goodbye, I'm telling goodbye. Yeah, oh boy, I'm telling goodbye, I'm telling goodbye. Chances, I don't care if I am fancy brighter. Yeah, oh boy, I'm telling goodbye, I'm telling goodbye. Yeah, oh boy, I'm telling goodbye, I'm telling goodbye.
Your team is banning. Your team is banning. Your team is banning. Your team is picking.
Give us 1 second, guys. Pika's trying to fix the capture card. Right now, it captures the game sounds, but it doesn't capture the screen. So that's why you guys are seeing a black screen. So I think I don't know if we're able to restart the stream, but I think that's gonna be the only way this could be fixed. Because I also have a capture card, and it does this to me. It's very random, and it just happens. Like, sometimes you need to restart your PC for it to work again. I'm not sure if it's an option to restart the stream, because this is also live streaming on the official Mobile Legends channel. So
So we have a situation, as everyone can see. My apologies, everyone. So the thing is that if I reset stream, it won't be streamed on the Mobile Legend page, but I could fix it where it will stream on my page. But I don't think there's another choice. So
yeah, I don't think there's any choice.
because this does happen to me a couple times, and where I have to like reset my PC and it will work again.
The only unfortunate part is the Mobile Legends page is not going to be able to stream it anymore, and it's only going to be streaming Pika's page. So
Yes.
you know what? It might still stream. We'll see. I think it might still stream if you restart it again real quick.
Okay. So I might have to reset this match and have the same bans, and then I'll tell them as well. Just give me a second, guys. I want to reset stream.
Go for it, bro.